So, adventurers, you have just managed to leave Valkenview, the location of the prison that you all escaped. You have found yourselves among an unlikely alliance. There's a total of 16 people here. Everyone is just as scared as you are. And with the death of Ron on the first day, morale is at a reasonably quite low. People are very fearful. They're scared that on what's coming. And Bupito in particular is very worried because you managed to escape from Valkenview. But for sure, the guards are gonna be hunting you down. Valkenview is a pretty secure prison and they're not gonna take it kindly for when prisoners escape. It's best to be on guard. You're going to need to navigate through the Underdark. So adventurers, during the last session, you had a choice of where to go to first. All decided to go over to the Neverlight Grove. That is where you're going to take Stool home first. You're traveling over there, and it's quite a few number of days. And the traveling through the Underdark is not easy, especially for those without dark vision. There's harrowing winds everywhere. There's an insanity that goes around in every corner, and it makes you feel very uncomfortable everywhere you go. There's creatures that lurk in every corner, and if you're not careful, you will fall victim to them. After a few days of traveling, you all finally find a cave where you think you can set up camp. You're checking up on your rations, and Eldeth approaches you with a bit of a problem. She looks over and says, who here believes that they are closest to Eldeth?
Eldest was the dwarf, right?
This is
The
the
dwarf?
drow. This is the dwarf. If you want a refresher on the NPCs, go over to the card. You can choose. You can click choose,
I
and
think
you
we
can.
didn't talk to Eldest.
Yes,
We haven't talked
it's
to Eldest
Eldeth.
before.
Okay.
But who here thinks they would be closer with Eldeth?
Mm, I'll try. Because she's good natured.
He's a drow.
Alright.
He's a drow.
She, this
Drow ba siya?
dwarf.
A dwarf.
Yes.
Okay, dwarf pala siya.
Ako,
Alright.
I'm a dwarf.
Mm.
You good? Would you like to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who's going to be talking to Eldeth?
Topo.
Okay, Topo. Eldeth approaches you and says, Topo, I don't know if I'm supposed to be the one who tells you this, but I think we're in a bit of a bind. I'm looking over all of our supplies, and we're really low on rations. We only have, at this point, we're gonna need to start rationing things. We only have enough for 8 people today. What are we gonna do? So, you adventurers are going to need to decide who is going to eat tonight. This is going to be a tough choice because there's only enough for 8 people. That's including the party. If you do not eat, you're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw, and if you fail, you will gain 1 level of exhaustion. There are a few contingencies here. Topsy and Turvy, these are the two. These are the twins. They will not eat unless the other one is also eating. Prince Darendil, the Quagoth over here, requires 2 sets of rations because he is twice as large. And finally, if you give food to Stool, because he is so tiny, it will last for 2 days instead of just 1.
What's the name of the big guy?
Prince Darendil.
Prince.
Daredevil.
Like an actual prince?
Yes.
Goodberry.
Because
Maybe it has
Goodberry would work. It would work. Please display Goodberry. Yun. Goodberry says that it gives enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day. So you have enough Goodberry for 10 people. There are 16 people. You still have 2 rations left over. Okay. Eldeth looks at you and says, "Huh, great that you can cast Goodberry. It looks like we'll be fine now. Guess it's gonna be a problem for another day." Eldeth gives you a
Yeah.
smile, and you know that you've gotten a bit of respect from Eldeth. Good job. You managed to sustain the party without having to make this difficult decision. Now, during the night shift, people are preparing for camp, setting up makeshift beds, setting up watch. When Jimjar approaches Sir Party, who believes that they are closest to Jimjar?
Sino ba yung
Rock.
nagkagambol?
Raymond
Ano
was.
pangalan yan?
Yeah, I
Jar
was.
is the
Raymond
deep
or-
gnome, right?
Sino yung...
Si Tiberius yung kalaban sa sa Gagamba.
Di ba si Zoom yung
Zoomy.
nag-ano?
Spider-Mite, Spider-Mite.
Zoomy.
He's the one that
Yung
played
nagkambol.
the spiders with me, right? Okay, I'll talk to Jim Jar.
Okay, who's this?
Tiberius. That's Spider-Man.
Tiberius. Okay. Tiberius, you are approached by Jimjar. Ah, hello, my friend. You know, and something that's quite interesting. Did you
Mhm.
notice that Sarith over there is getting a lot closer to Stool?
Sarah?
Bedroom.
Oh,
Look at it.
I
He's
didn't
watching
notice that.
Stool over Stool, hand and foot. And I find it quite odd. You know, Sarith, rumor has it that Sarith is the one who kidnapped Stool from the Neverlight Grove in the first place. That's how Stool ended up here. I'm willing to bet that Sarith has some sort of ulterior motive.
don't worry, Jim Jar. I will keep a close eye on that row. But again, we are all in the same bind, so let us not be too hasty in judging others. But don't worry, I will watch over Stool, and I'll protect him if harm will come.
Aren't you even going to talk to them? I mean,
I'll talk-
I'm worried that Stool is a very impressionable young Myconid.
I'll talk to Sarit when I see that he's alone. Okay? Wait. Let
Are
me
we all
approach-
eating?
Are they separated from the group?
Right
Sarit?
now, they're just talking to each other.
Okay.
We
Let me
asked
just
them casually.
let me just approach them for a while. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
My pleasure. As he gives you a bow. You can see that Stool and Sarith are talking, telepathically, of course, because of Stool's rapport spores.
Mm-hmm.
And Stool looks over at you, jumps up to you, and sneezes on you. Achoo! Now you are connected telepathically. You have been added to the Discord chat. Hello, Tiberius!
Hello, Stool. I hope that you are well as can be.
Yes! Really well! Sorry. A very good friend of mine. Very friendly.
Sarith looks over at you and says, "Ah, yes, well, I try. I mean, Stool is a very scared little Myconid here, and I want to make sure that he's safe."
Thank you very much, Sarit, for your concern. I hope your concern extends not only to Stool but everyone here, because remember, we are all in the same boat.
Of course, of course. It's just that I see Stool as clearly the most vulnerable among all of us. And to be honest, I do feel pretty responsible for Stool being here in the first place.
Oh, don't worry about that, sorry. Let bygones be bygones. We're friends now, and that's what matters, right?
Oh, thank you for understanding, Stool.
So, Sarit, why do you feel so responsible to Stool predicament?
Well, to be honest, it's a tough question. A lot of the people here tell me, including the guards, they said that when they found me, Stool was with me. And
Mhm.
I have no recollection of what happened. I don't even remember what happened before I went into Valkenview. They said that I kidnapped Stool from the Grove. But I have no idea why I would have done that. I have no
I see.
recollection whatsoever, so I would just want to make sure that this little Myconid is safe.
Okay. So, we're not sure if you're the one who actually kidnapped Stool, right? We are not sure.
That's true.
Mhm. Now, if there's a way for you to remember Would you want to?
Absolutely. I want to learn everything I can about my past, but I don't know anything. The Drow mentioned that I got imprisoned for murder. Murder, but I can't even imagine myself killing another human being.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
What church?
Sarah,
that's weird.
there are ways that we might get your memory back, but
Really?
we have to have your
How?
consent. Uh,
How?
I don't know. Maybe a magic spell. Of course, I will pray to my deity for you to remember. I will do that, but I don't know. Maybe there is a spell for you to remember. Would you like that idea of someone might cast a spell if a spell is available? Or maybe there's a spell of forgetfulness that's in you. Would you like to consider?
Yes, absolutely. If there's any opportunity to try and remember something from my past, I'll happily take it. I just don't remember anything at all.
Well, Jim Jar, do you know that I am a paladin, right? I am concerned that there might be evil influence on you. Would you like me to check? Do I
My
have your
name's not
permission?
Jinjar. My name is Sarith.
Oh, Barrett, I'm so sorry. I'm still trying
I'm
to remember
Jinjar.
all your names. I'm so sorry, Jim Jar. Sarah, if I, is it okay for you if I cast just to check if there's evil influences here?
Absolutely. Of course, of course.
Okay. I will cast detect evil. Is in my
Okay. Detect
divine
evil and
sense.
good. Oh.
Divine sense.
Divine sense. All right.
Yeah.
So that's not a spell, so you can't cast it. So, kasi if you
It's a
say cast,
feature.
it can be counterspelled eh. Yun.
Okay.
So,
So
you're gonna
feature
use
trait.
divine sense.
Yeah,
So,
feature trait.
mm-hmm. So, ping! You detect.
I'll
You
click it now.
detect celestials, fiend, or undead within 30 feet. There
Mm-hmm.
are none in the area. Sarith is neither
Okay.
celestial, fiend, nor undead.
Okay. So, Sarit, I have good news for you. Okay.
Yes.
There's no evil. At least there's no celestial fiend or undead in the area. So, if you don't mind, I
Wow.
will continue to watch over you and Stool, just in case.
Oh,
But
absolutely. I'm any opportunity. If ever I was a murderer in the past, I want to make sure that I don't do any harm to anyone, especially little stool here.
mm, I just have one last question for you. I hope you don't mind.
Yes.
What was the last thing that you remember before your quote unquote forgetfulness or amnesia?
I don't remember anything. The first thing I remember is waking up in the prison, Opito and Prince Darendil watching over me, and they told me everything that I was wanted for murder and such.
Okay, Sarah. I will try to think of a way to help you. Um, okay, I will. I will pray. Okay, that you will regain your memory. But let me just cast. Are you sick or anything? Do you
Not
feel sick?
really. I'm sick of all the food here because we're not eating much. But otherwise, I'm doing quite fine, relatively.
Okay, I will cast one HP of lay on hands because I have 10. I'll use one on Saret. Maybe there's a disease or poison affecting him.
You're
Might
going to
be.
need five HP of your lay on hands to remove a poison or disease.
Okay. I can't use one point.
It, if it's 1 point, you're just gonna heal 1 HP, but he doesn't seem to be injured.
But can I detect if there's any disease or poison in him if I use 1 point of healing?
No, you need a spell for that. You can, if you
Oh,
want, you can make a maybe one of your allies is proficient with medicine. If they're proficient
okay.
with medicine, they can do they can check.
Okay. Saret,
If someone's
I'll just ask
med-
my friends.
Oh, of course,
Can
take your
you
time, take your
again?
time.
Okay. Guys, Sarit needs help. Clerics, can you help him a bit?
Ah.
Rocks, can you help him? Oh, medicine.
Number 24.
Okay, Rocks. You can check there's clearly no poison or disease affecting him.
Yep, no poison, no disease.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Do you remember hitting your head?
No, I don't remember anything at all. You inspect his head, there's no bump there, but
How
then
old
again, if there was a bump, it would have been gone by now because it's been quite some time while you were in Valkenviv.
How old are you, and what house do you belong to?
Ah, well, I am 20 years old in Drow years. In human years, rather. But for Drow, that's quite a large
Very
number.
young.
That's
Very
fairly an adult because elves are elves
Long.
live a lot longer. But in human years, they're 20 years old. He's 20 years old, so young adult siya.
And you
What
belong
house?
to no house?
I don't remember anything. Not my family, not my friends, not my life before. I don't remember anything at all.
Can I tell from his hands like whether he knows how to handle a weapon, like calluses from weapons training?
Ah, okay. Well, you're 24 on medicine. You can check. And yeah, his hands are very rough, indicating that he uses his hands a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Um, I hope you are well. May Latander's light shine upon you. Walk away.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So he bows his head, and you can tell that you've garnered a bit of respect from Sarith because of your approach. You didn't even need to make a persuasion check because you were acting out of genuine concern. So Sarith seems to be on your good side, and Jim Jar smiles at the rest of you, knowing that you handled it well. Good job.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Now, before you all go to sleep, you are all approached by the Quagoth, Prince Darendil. Prince Darendil looks at you all and says, you know, things are getting pretty hard here without Ront. A lot of the people here are young and old and frail. I don't. It's getting hard to keep muscle and keep watch on the place over here. I'm just worried about some people not carrying their weight. You know what I mean?
I'll keep
Well-
watch on the on the first watch. I'll keep watch if that will relieve your concern.
It's not
You
just
can
that.
rest other people.
What
It's
particular
not just
weight
that.
are you
But
talking about?
Talking about
Take a
the
look
long
at it.
term.
yes,
Well,
I am talking
look-
about long term.
I'm going to keep watch on everyone, so to make
I
sure
mean-
nobody will betray everyone.
It's
Well,
not
I think-
just that, but look at this. Look at Shushar over there. Shushar is I'd hate to say it, but a bit of a liability.
Who's
He's
Shushar?
old. That would be this one.
Sure.
Oh.
Yes. He's old and he is a pacifist. He refuses to fight. He won't even earlier on we were setting up for camp. He wouldn't even step on an earthworm that was in the way. That is what I call a liability. All he does is sit around because he's too weak to do any work around camp. If you don't find some way to put him to work, I don't think that. I think that it's going to affect us in a long haul. I've seen this happen so many times back in my home. Colonies are destroyed from the inside.
Then we can assign task for Tusar that will not ask him to fight. I'm sure there are other things that he can do, like keep watch over the fire or probably help in the cooking. So we will make sure that a task will be given to him that he can do. We all have strengths and weaknesses.
Well, you make a good point. And I guess since you were able to feed everyone tonight despite the ration situation, I think we'll be fine. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. Okay, good job. It seems that you have raised the morale of the team.
How
Pretty well.
how high is the morale?
It's
Is it
not super high. It's not super high, but it's not low. Parang imagine like nasa school kayo tapos it's like the first week of school and you're like, yeah, okay, everyone's pretty nice. Parang ganun yan.
also while that's happening, I'm gonna cast ceremony,
Ah,
funeral
okay.
rites for Rat.
Funeral. As you're doing that, everyone is surprised and like, what? Are we going to die?
No, for our
Oh.
fellow friend who's you were
Ah,
talking about
Hold
how
wow.
on.
Maybe
Hold
I'll
on.
I'll say something
Okay.
since nag-start na si Topo ng funeral rites
Hmm.
because um, Roth died for me. So there. So it's like maybe I'll just I'm a woman of few words, but he died for me for um, giving me a second chance in life, and I won't fail him this time around. So his sacrifice won't be in vain. There you go.
Everyone smiles and applauds. Okay, you have formed a significant bond with everyone. At the end of this mod, you will have the power to choose a certain number of NPCs based on your relationship with them and how well you do. And aside from that, the ones that you form a very strong relationship with will unlock special abilities that may be used in the future. Okay. So, you seem to have with that funeral, right? You have formed a significant bond with all of them. Good job. So everyone rests up, and it seems to be a peaceful sleep. People will have to take turns on watch, but it seems that your party will be the one on watch tonight.
Yes.
yes.
Okay. The shift is 8 hours. People are gonna be sleeping for 8 hours. Sorry, and people need to stay on watch for 10 hours. Everyone needs at least 2 hours. Needs at least 8 hours of sleep. Needs at least 8 hours of sleep. So, who will
Ba
be
yung elf
on
tayo kasama?
watch?
Ba't yung elf na kasama?
You can have the NPCs on duty if you'd like. Who will be on watch? You need to have at least one person on watch during 5 different shifts.
I can watch. Zumi can watch.
Okay. Zumi is going to watch. Is going to go and watch. How many shifts will you take? Each shift is 2 hours.
I can take 2.
2 shifts. Okay. We need 3 more shifts to take. There is Tiberius. How many shifts would you like to take?
I can take 1 or 2, depending on the party's needs.
Ay, wait, sorry. Who is Tiberius? Agios? Si Agos ba to?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Agios.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me. Do you go by Agios or Tiberius?
Tiberius. But Agios is okay. I'll just change it to
Yeah,
Agios.
okay. Tiberius is fine. All right. So Zumi,
Tiberius.
Tiberius, Emilio, and Raywin, 4 and Topo. Okay. So there's 5 people, 5 shifts. Who will take the first shift?
Ako, si Zumi.
Zumi on first. Okay. Who will take the second shift?
I will.
I'll take second shift.
Who's this? Okay. Whoever's gonna take the third shift, please move your token here.
Okay. I'll do the third shift.
Okay. Okay. Whoever's gonna take the fourth shift, move your token here. And whoever's gonna take the last shift, move your token here.
What happens to those without shifts?
Pwede kayo matulog, gain the benefits of a long rest.
So if I take a shift, I won't gain the benefit of a long rest.
You will not. Pero
Ah.
naka full HP na pa naman kayo. If you take
I
if you take a
spell mo.
shift, you only get a short rest.
I take the place of our factory.
Mm,
Okay, so yeah, because I won't be able to regain one my
A good
use slot.
berry.
spell slot.
Berries.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
take the place of the food factory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ilan ba tayo lahat? Last.
Okay.
Lima.
So everyone here will only gain a short rest. Everyone
Mhm.
here is going to gain a long rest. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Okay lang.
Okay. So if you expended any spell slots or resources, you can use them now. So,
Feeling advantage pala
uh,
ng rogue. Wala siyang ganun na kailangan.
okay. Okay. So that's happening now. We'll let the dice gods decide if something happens. Three.
Oh, this is the exciting part.
Tiberius,
Okay.
your passive perception is 10.
Yeah.
That is not high enough. Something happens while you are all on while during your shift. And because of that, this is a surprise round. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
Hmm?
Oh,
Meron bang
Ganun
may
siya,
alert
ganun.
sheet dito?
I have a passive what's this ability?
There's only one person on duty. Yes. What's the passive ability?
Let's see, what was that? Hold on, that's
Advantage on initiative.
it's advantage on initiative. Vigilant Blessing.
Vigilant Blessing. Yes, you can use that. Lahat ng mga precast nyo, there's no reason why you wouldn't have been able to cast it. So, if you have like a mage armor on, why not? Go ahead. Okay, so when you are ready, put your token in this box. There seems to be a kobold that's looking over at you and has invaded your camp. He looks very hostile and he seems to be wearing an armor made out of ice.
Mhm.
Made out of ice. Nasaan yung kobold?
Yes.
Where is it?
Uh, below. This one right here. Can you see it?
Where's the kobold? Okay.
Oh, he's at
Sa
the
baba.
bottom.
Oh, in the wrong position pala ako. Where the heck is it?
Okay. Rox and Topo, you are currently standing in the mushrooms. You have to move out of the mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Yon. Rox, there you go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4,
But yung
5,
barbarian
6.
na
I think
nasa
we're missing
harap.
one person. 3, 4, 5,
Seven.
6. Somebody did not click their token.
For initiative.
Raywin, Topo, Nose, Agios, Zumi, Rox. Sino wala pa?
1, 2, 3.
Papasok yung initiative.
Emilio,
Emilio,
Ah,
don't forget to click your token
your
first.
token.
Hindi lang dito ako sa beyond ng roll.
Hindi,
Ba
click.
na gano'n?
Kailangan nakaklik yung roll 20 token mo bago ka mag-click sa beyond.
Sige,
Mm-mm.
yan. 11.
Yeah, but sorry, you get your original initiative. That's 9. Just change it to 19. For Zumi, you rolled twice. Change your initiative is 7. Okay.
yeah, it's
All right.
7.
Topo and Raywin, both of you rolled a 20. Which one of you would like to go first?
Topo, after you,
I'll go
Topo.
Okay. Topo is gonna go first. And Agios and Zumi, both of you have 7. Which one of you would like to go first?
Ako na? What do you want?
I'll go first.
Oh, sige.
Okay. Okay.
Joseph, Raywin, ikaw na mauna.
Okay.
You go first.
Raywin will go first. Okay, noted. Ay, wait. Sino yung may Vigilant Blessing? Topo?
Topo.
Topo, with Vigilant Blessing, you have advantage on your initiative roll. So, nakalagay na. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, good job. So, is there anyone here with the alert feat?
No.
Okay,
No.
so this
No.
is a surprise round. So when you are surprised, you are effectively stunned until the end of your turn. So if you need a reminder on what the stun condition is, wait,
Actions.
see. Ay, shoot. Hindi pa
Incapacitated.
naka-upload. Yes. Basically, you can take actions or reactions until the start of your until the end of your next turn. Hold on. Let me just import a macro real quick. Loading, loading, loading. In the meantime, you can take a look at this kobold. Has anybody walang kobold sa party, no?
Wala.
Wala.
The ceiling here is only 20 feet high, and the lighting is dim because of the I presume your allies made a campfire. There you go. Conditions. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Yeah.
Yun ang official definition ng surprise round?
Yes. Here. You're all effectively stunned. Okay. So, Topo, you are no longer surprised. Raywin, you are no longer surprised. Emilio, you are no longer surprised. Nose, you are no longer surprised. It's now the kobold's turn. The kobold is going to sure, let's go over here and look over and it's going to use its action to dodge. Meanwhile, yes, dodge. Now, Zumi. Hold on, let me. Who does he think is the least armored? All right, Zumi. From the background, you see a creature. Another kobold is going to fire at you, Zumi. It's gonna fire with its weapon. Using it's going to use its kobold feature called Pack Tactics. As long as there's a hostile creature within 5 feet, it will have advantage. It's going to attack you with advantage. Light crossbow. 19 is going to hit, but wait, this is a rogue. He has sneak attack. You have been slain.
An enemy has been slain.
You are 0 HP.
Wait, I'm 20, di ba?
20.
So 11 plus 18.
Yes, so that is 19, 29 damage. And this Cobalt Thief is going to use his bonus action to hide. He'll make a stealth check.
Oh my goodness. Hindi ko to. Yun yung parano ko pala.
23. Nobody has a high enough passive perception. You do not know where he is. He could be anywhere. Okay. Agios, you are no longer surprised. Zumi, you're no longer surprised. Rox, no longer surprised. Round 2, Topo. Zumi, please adjust your HP.
Let's see.
Remember, although you saw him hide somewhere here, he could have still moved, and because he was stealth, you would not have any way of seeing him.
Okay.
You can, if you want to try, you can use your action to make a perception check to try and find him, but it will take an action, and you have to beat his stealth of 23.
If okay. So that's my tactics, and I'm just gonna cast Bless. Oh, you know what? Where's is it? Where's Zoomies on the action? Zoomies down there.
Yeah, before rock.
Zumi is
Yeah.
Ikaw ang heal.
I'm gonna go to Zoomy. I'm just gonna cast a healing word on Zoomy.
okay.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Thank you.
Okay, gain 4 HP. And then you still have an action.
That's healing word. Then I'm gonna cast that's bonus action, right? So I could still
Yes,
cast
that's
Toll the Dead on
Yes, you can.
Mr. Kobold.
Okay.
You can't dodge
The
that.
kobold is going to look at you. He cannot dodge that. That's correct. He's gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw. Rolling. 14. Will that pass? That passes. No damage taken. He shouts at you, Mama told the dead.
Gago yun ah.
I'm done.
Okay, Raywin, you're up.
Okay, bonus action, rage.
Yes.
And then attack with this. Hopefully it passes through. Oh wait,
13.
3 attack. How do you do the 3 attacks on the tentacle rod?
You can
I'm just gonna click 3 times, I guess. There.
3 times. You're attacking
The one beside me on the right. Yeah.
All right. Remember, it is dodging. It has advantage. You have disadvantage.
It will only dodge
No.
the first attack, right? Because this is 3
No,
tentacles.
it's all attacks. All attacks until the start of its next turn.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Dodging.
Okay. So disadvantage or roll 3 more, I guess.
Yes. Mhm.
Sige.
I'll take the first
1, 2, 3. Right.
All right.
So
13 and 27. The 13 is going to miss.
Okay.
17 and 25. The 17 will hit. We'll
Okay.
roll the damage later. Oh, actually, the damage is 1d6. Can you go ahead and click 1d6 here?
First attack.
You deal 1 damage to it. However, it's going to proc his spell. This is his ice armor of Agathis. The first hit will deal 20 damage to you.
Ouch. Okay.
Damage?
20 damage.
20 damage. Yes, this was cast at 4th level. That is the power of armor of Agathis. You're down to 1 HP left. Would you like to continue attacking?
Teka,
No,
wala ka ba ano sa ratio? Half damage?
Hindi,
damage
no ice damage. I don't have ice protection. Only
Cold damage.
yeah,
Add
cold.
to wishlist.
Add to wishlist pa yan.
Add to wishlist.
Do you want to continue with your third attack or
Okay, so wait, no more attacks. He will.
if you wanna continue with if you continue with your third attack, you're gonna take another 20 damage. Because until his temporary HP is gone, you will still be taking damage.
Okay, so I guess no for now.
Okay. Emilio.
Ouch.
There's only it seems there's only 2 of them. But
Attack mo
Yeah.
na.
Yeah. Moving back
Revive
first.
kita,
Moving
Dad.
back a bit.
yes.
Re-revive kita din.
How far can I move? How far can I move? Here?
It's up to you.
Can
You have
I move
30
here?
feet of movement. Hold on, wait lang.
25 lang ako, 25.
Where did you go?
I mean,
Di ko- di
is this
ko
cover?
hanap.
Is this cover?
Ay,
Can I
yun.
cover here?
Depends.
Ito ang galing.
Wait, where did you go? You're here, right?
No, I came from here. I'm here.
Here. Where are you
And then
going?
I moved to here.
Question about that armor of Agathis. It says melee weapon. Is tentacle rod a melee weapon? There's no melee writing on it.
Yes,
I shoot.
it's a melee weapon.
Okay.
I shoot
It's a melee weapon.
Walang advantage, ano? Can I use Bopito's advantage from the last session, no?
Bopito is currently asleep right now.
Oh, okay.
You were not. There's no cards that you can get at this point.
Okay. I just attack with my crossbow.
Okay, with disadvantage.
Sorry, disadvantage pala, no? Oh, it's 1.
Yes.
Failed. 7.
Ready.
Doesn't hit.
Ready after
Yeah, that's gonna miss. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's gonna miss even if I roll another one. Okay.
Ready after
I'm done.
Okay. Nose, you're up.
Napaisod siya.
Na-
Dapat ito siya.
Naka-dodge action pa din si Kwan. Itong
Yep.
Cobalt.
That's right.
So, parang na-move ako. Ba't na-move?
Nag-move ka kanina eh. Yan or dun.
O dito yata ako sa taas. Somewhere here. Disadvantage if I hit him, right?
Yes.
Disadvantage attack.
He's dodging. But yes, your ally did just tell you. Pwede ka naman mag-ready action.
Pag
You wanna
nawala
use it?
yung, pag nawala yung disadvantage, tsaka ka mag-attack.
Yeah, pwede. That's a valid tactic.
Okay, just first I will cast Hex.
Yan.
Okay, bonus action hex on him. Noted.
And I'll fly up 10 feet, 5 feet
Okay.
up, and
Okay.
I'll ready action
What's your ready action?
for Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Okay, that has been noted. And when will you trigger your Eldritch Blast?
Pag nawala yung kanya, yung
You have to
dodge
be...
action.
okay, when he's done dodging.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, sige, that has been noted. Say down when you're done.
Done.
Okay. Cobalt's turn. He is no longer dodging. You can do your Eldritch Blast now. Go ahead. Nose. Good job. Smart move with ready action. 18 is going to hit, and this will deal his necrotic damage. That is 11 damage taken. You see that his ice armor is starting to chip away. His action is to dodge. Next up, Nose. This is for you. Tan-nan-nan-nan-nan-tan-tan-tan-tan-tan. This Cobalt Thief is going to attack you with advantage. Light crossbow. 17. That will miss. Bonus action, he's going to try to hide.
Alam ko na
Does
nagagawin.
anybody have a passive perception of 15 or higher? No one.
I
do.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
No
po.
one
Ask.
knows.
Me. Ay pa.
Go po.
Emilio has
Perception.
flash.
Who?
Emilio also has
Emilio?
Super
Passive perception ni Emilio is 15.
15.
More than
It's 17.
Ah, sabi mo.
17 yung stealth niya.
17
Ah,
ka lang
okay.
kailangan. Oh, well.
Oh, 70.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
You have no idea where the kobold is. Adios.
Okay. What I will do is I
Wait.
will approach him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I will cast. No, I don't want to cast yet. Okay. I'll just move closer to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I will. He's dodging, right?
Yes.
Am I mistaken? He's dodging.
Mhm.
Okay, so I will cast. What do you call this? Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Okay.
On yourself?
On myself. So +2. Right? And then
That's right.
ready action would be when he stops
Dodging.
Dodging.
dodging. I will
Galing. Good
attack
job.
with my sword, with my flame sword. Yan.
Galing. Good job. Good job. All right, Agios. Please put this code on your nameplate para I'll remember that you are concentrating on Shield of Faith.
Wait,
All right, Zumi.
which one? Sorry.
On your nameplate. No worries. No worries. You're okay. You're okay. Here. Please look at this. Look at this handout and check under during the game. When concentrating on a spell.
When
Okay.
concentrating a spell. Okay.
Yes. So double click your token and just add that code I sent on Roll20 to your nameplate to your token nameplate.
I
Zumi,
don't
welcome
see the
back. Sorry.
I don't see the code. What's the code?
Sa
CHM?
Roll20 C-SOF. C-8SOF yung nasend ko sa Roll20 chat.
Okay. There's a chat room. Okay, sorry. Okay.
No problem. It happens. Learning curve. No problem. All right, Zumi, you are prone. Would you like to use half your movement to stand up?
Yes.
All right.
So I'm thinking of
Ready action.
yeah, I'm going to grapple.
Grapple. Okay,
The
smart
one
move.
beside me.
Yes, galing. All right, he's going to try to contest with acrobatics. Please beat... Anong roll
Cost
niya?
strength or
Beat a 7. Athletics or acrobatics?
athletics, right?
Okay, he is grappled.
Tama mo, grapple.
These are the effects of grappled.
And
Well done.
Melee lang ba siya?
Galing. Yes.
okay.
Melee lang ba siya?
Looks like he's melee. He was a caster. Alright. So he's grappled, his speed is 0. However, he's still dodging.
Yeah.
Actually, Zumi, if you want, you could have used your action to shove him instead of grapple. Same effect, but he'll be prone. So he'll still be dodging, pero prone siya, but it will be flat roll for melee attacks. Pero for range attacks, disadvantage. Ito yung prone condition.
So I was thinking na you need to grapple first before you shove. Hindi pala, no?
No,
So
you can shove or prone. Shove or grapple. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Prone?
so nag-grapple.
Would you like to grapple or shove?
But sige, kung pwedeng i-retro, why not?
Yeah, of course. Madali lang ako kasapin. Alright.
Sige, shove na lang. Then
Shove him like, sapa ka na. You pull him down to the ground.
Yeah.
He is prone. Attacks against him will have flat roll now because counters the disadvantage from dodge. Rux, you have flat roll if you want to attack him. He still has Armor of Agathis on.
Yeah. First is bonus action healing word.
Okay.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
That's for Zoom. Sorry, wait lang. Ay, si Zoomy, bakit
Paano naging 20? Bakit naging 20 ako ulit?
4.
Yeah. Ilan ka dapat hit points mo?
4 lang siya kanina eh.
4 yung nahilo
Okay.
right now.
So, number one pala, yung channel divinity, ano nga ba yan? Preserve life.
Nice.
It's a free action, right? Action siya.
Pero pwede ka mag channel divinity preserve life, bonus action healing word. Kasi preserve life is not a spell.
Akala ko makaka sacred flame pa ako. Anyway, sige. I heal Zumi for 6 points more kasi hanggang half lang, di ba?
Yes. What's your, di ba hanggang 10,
hanggang
yung
10,
preserve life mo 10, no? So,
10, yeah.
you can give Zumi 6 HP, and then you can give the remaining 4 to Raywin.
Yes,
if you want.
And then
Okay,
I also cast Cure Wounds na lang kasi katabi ko naman siya.
Unfortunately, nag-action ka na. Bonus action
Sorry,
na.
healing, lang talaga.
Healing
Healing word lang pala for bonus, right? Okay. So, casting.
Okay.
Ayan.
Okay.
So,
9 HP. Galing. So, Raywin, please gain... You got the benefits of Preserve Life for 4 HP. Plus your healing word, that's a total of 13 HP. Gain 13 HP. For Zumi, you were healed for 6 HP.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. Nicely done.
Thank you,
Good
thank you.
job. Say done when you're done.
done. Thank you.
Round 3, Topo. You do not know where that kobold is, but you know that there is a prone creature here. Remember, range. If there's an attack made that's more than 5 feet away from the kobold, it's disadvantage. But you have disadvantage regardless because it's dodging.
So, I'll just toll the dead.
Yon, walang advantage dyan. Good job.
Advantage.
We'll make a whiz save. Rolling.
Wala na siyang
And he's
armor
gonna
of-
fail. Sarap. He still has his Armor of Agathis. Uy! That's a lot of damage. Galing. Alright. He will take that 12 damage. Armor of Agathis is gone. His ice armor is gone, but galit siya sa'yo. He points his finger at you and shouts
You in the butt. I fuck you today. Fuck you, big boy.
as he casts a spell, Hellish Rebuke. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
The heck? Master pala to?
Dexterity saving throw.
12. That is going
Speed.
to... Pwede ka mag-inspi before I reveal the DC.
Wala pa pala yung DC niya.
Yeah, I'll use my inspi.
Okay, go ahead.
Para 12 lang yung DC.
Malay mo. It could be higher. 21. That will pass. Good job. Only take this much damage. Only take half of this. This was cast at 3rd level. Fourth level rather. That is 19. Take only 10 points of damage. Who here is a warlock?
Nodes.
Nodes. Okay. You know that this warlock already casted 2 4th level spells. So you can kind of get a gauge on how powerful this warlock is. Can you make me an insight check?
Okay, insight.
I know, nga pala, what's the opposite of insight?
Outside.
Gain an inspi! Good job! Unfortunately, outside talaga. Alright, Topo. Say done when you're done.
Don't.
Done na.
Ay, Topo.
Raywin, you're up. He is prone and he is no longer under the effects of Armor of Agathis.
Okay, I'll do the tentacle rod again. So
You have advantage. Flat roll.
That roll.
16. Oh, this first
Okay.
all three towards him.
All right. Are you going to keep that 13 or will you inspi?
All right, let's inspi it. There we go.
All right. All 3 hit. Roll me 3d6, please.
So hold on. I need to change this to inspiration. Then make it 1. There we go.
Good job.
3d6.
Yes. D6 hit at 3 times.
D6. Of R pala /R.
Okay, 12 damage. Nicely done. Taking 12 and he needs to make a saving throw. Ano yung ulit yung saving throw?
12. There's no DC 15. Sorry, DC 15.
DC 15. This is gonna be a dex save. Alright. Making a dex save. Dex rolling.
Disadvantage.
17. Passes. No disadvantage when he's prone. Ito yung prone condition, no disadvantage. Attack rolls lang yung may disadvantage. Alright. He's not, he doesn't get affected by he doesn't suffer the effects of Tentacle Rod, but it takes the 12 damage. Well done.
And done. Yes, done for now. Done.
Okay. Emilio. Raywin, nag-rage ka, di ba?
Yes.
Yes. Sadly, because it's the tentacle rod is the one making the attack and not you, rage will not work on this.
What the?
Alright, Emilio, you're up.
I look for the other attacker. So, perception, right?
Yes, you have to beat a 17 if you want to do that.
Ay, magiging action run, right? Wala na siyang
It will be an
action.
action. Yes.
I spotted.
Pwede kang mag-ready action na lang. Pag lumitaw pa rin.
18. You spot it. It's right over here. So,
Where?
now that you see the kobold, any attack you make will be at will be at flat roll, but it's still hidden from everyone else.
But I can't do anything else, right? I just spotted him.
Yes, but your allies know where they are, so your allies can still attack him, but with disadvantage.
I shout to my colleagues, "Hey, he's over there!" Just throw something in its direction.
Yun. Sige. Nose, you can choose to attack the Cobalt Thief. This will be at disadvantage because he's still hidden from you.
I'll just attack the prone.
And then
This is still gonna be disadvantage.
But I'll attack after he removed the dodge action. So I will be in advantage.
Yes. When he's no longer dodging, because at the start of his turn, mawawala yun yung dodge. Yeah, that's allowed.
Pero
Okay.
naka-prone pa siya, di ba?
Wait,
Prone so
pro?
advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah,
What?
actually. You
Naka-prone.
can make your ready action when he stands up.
Pag hindi siya nag-stand up, wasted.
Yeah.
Hindi, pag nawala na lang yung dodge action, so
You'll still attack at disadvantage. Kasi kapag nawala yung dodge action, it's gonna be at the start of his turn.
okay.
Pili ka, when he stands up, what's your trigger? When he stands up, or when he stops dodging. If it's when he stops dodging, it will still be at disadvantage. If it's when he stands up, it will be at disadvantage. It will be at flat roll.
Okay. When he stands up.
Okay. So, tanong lang, will he stand up? Yes, definitely. Why wouldn't he stand up, diba? Okay, he stands up. Nose, make your attack.
Flat roll.
16 is going to hit. Nicely done. Roll that d6 for Hex. Taking 15 damage. Well done. Alright. Kobold Warlock is going to cast a spell. Armor of Agathis!
Good.
What?
Oh no.
When he stood up, he's not dodging anymore, right?
Yeah, he's no longer dodging.
But I have a
ready
ready
action.
action that when
May
I
ready-
stop dodging, I will
Yes.
hit, right?
Yes.
So that's
this is
before
before he
Armor
casts
of
Armor of
Agathis.
Agathis. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Go for
Yes.
it.
Okay. Okay. So I'll attack with Flaming Tongue.
Same tongue, go for it.
Okay. Attack. Go.
Go.
Yeah, I click.
Unfortunate. 7 will miss.
I'll use my int P.
Go for it.
Okay. Go.
Well, unfortunately, that's still going to miss.
Sayang.
That's unfortunate. Say done when you're done.
Done.
Okay. The Cobalt Thief is going to look over at Nose. It's still hidden from you. Ay, wait lang, sorry. It's still hidden from you because he still rolled high sa stealth check niya. Will attack Nose with advantage. Attacking. Light crossbow. 21 is going to hit for 12. Here is the sneak damage. Nose,
I'll use shield.
Shield. Nicely done. No damage taken. Cobalt Thief is going to use a bonus action to hide. 24, you have no idea where he is. Zumi, you're up. This is where you're going to need your teamwork. How are you going to get past this? There's only 2 of them, but there are 7 of you.
Ito
Brute force.
Brute force.
Brute force.
Tactics, that's really going to save you here.
What's the armor of Agathis doing? Di ba pagka if you attack it, it reflects or it damages you back?
Here, Armor of Agathis, he casts this at 4th level. So, he gains 20 temporary HP. As long as he has this HP, whenever he is hit with a melee attack, the person that attacked him will take 5 points of damage per level. So he casts this at 4th level. That means every time you hit him with a melee attack, you will take 20 damage.
But if there's no more hit points, then the spell will break, right?
Kapag wala na yung Armor of Agathis, wala nang damage.
Okay. Ano ba yan? Grapple?
Grapple or shove?
Tapos,
Don't grapple him. Don't grapple him.
I'm thinking of na lang, moving away. So I'm gonna drag.
The drag na lang. Drag.
Ilan ba yan? Half, no? So half 1, 2.
You have to make an athletics checks first. He's going to contest with acrobatics.
No problem.
Beta 20.
Okay.
Mama mo, grapple!
Galing ah.
Oo.
Beauty. Okay. Wala
That's your
eh.
action.
That's it.
Alright, Rox, you're up. Good luck.
Okay. I think my only action is ano, tawag. Yan, Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Okay, this is not a attack. So, this is not a melee attack. So, he's gonna make this 9. Will fail. Will take 4 damage.
Mhm.
Nicely done.
Yeah. And turn.
Okay. Topo.
Yes. I'll try to get him again with Toll the Dead.
Okay. Galing. Making a whiz save, rolling. 15 will pass. No damage taken.
Ooh. I guess that's done.
Okay. Raywin, you're up.
Okay. Bonus action disengage.
Okay.
I'm gonna move away from that one. And done.
Okay.
Courage,
Emilio.
Hold action.
Ay, your rage is gonna drop, because you did it if you don't take any damage, or if you don't attack.
Wait. I attack last turn, so I don't attack this turn. So next turn
That
it'll
means
go
next
away.
turn, no
Yeah,
attack.
next turn. Yep, that's fine.
All right, Emilio.
He's still dodging, right? Your Cobalt.
He's not dodging. He uses
No.
action to cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay, I'll use the one of viscous gloves on him.
Oh, nice! Fire away. That is not a melee attack.
Kaya paano ba to? Hindi siya umabot sa actions ko. Paano yun?
Uh,
Like this one.
ganito na lang. Roll me a d20.
Okay. 20 dito. /R D20. 1 D20.
Okay, you rolled a 6. Are you going to keep that roll, or will you use an inspi?
I still have an insp. Oh, do I still have an insp?
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you have? Ay, wala nang inspi. Would anyone like to give an inspi?
Sige.
I can.
Okay, it's whoever's gonna give an inspi, please click the inspiration macro. Okay, Zumi uses an inspi. Emilio, go ahead. You can just hit the D20 button here.
Plus 1 D3, right? Intelligence modifier.
Oh, yes,
No,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That's
No,
fine.
not 1D3. It's 1D20 plus 3.
3 plus 3. Okay. Ano ba yan?
Yung proficiency mo, what's your proficiency?
My proficiency?
It should be beside AC. Mm.
Initiative. Plus 2.
Plus 2. That is a 12. Unfortunately, that fails.
Okay,
Misses.
so less 1 charge, ano?
Less 1 charge.
Oh well, ito sayang.
Or it's just
Worth a try.
Worth a shot. It would have been really good if it worked.
Yeah.
All right. Nose, you're up.
Okay, same tactics. I'll wait for him to... Ay, hindi pa man siya nakadodge, no? So, I can
Hindi na siya
hit him.
nakadodge. That's right.
Okay, I'll hit him right now.
Mukhang may problem yung music bot natin. So, if you want to listen to the BGM, I'm streaming it. If not, okay lang. 23 is going to hit. Nicely done. Will take 13. He still has a bit of armor on him. Roll your d6. Oh, good job. May konting armor pa. Imagine that one armor is going to deal 20 damage.
Sa melee. Long range nyo. Done.
Okay. Sige. This Cobalt Warlock is going to run away. He's gonna move this way. Medyo masakit na. He's gonna run over here. Will anyone take AO?
AoE,
Yes.
AoE.
Yung damage.
Right?
Rox, will you take AO?
2 pa. So,
Okay, AO ka ba?
so kahit
Hindi.
pag tinamaan siya,
Yes.
May okay pa ba?
2 points.
He's looking at you. Ano, angas ka? Ano, angas ka? Angas ka? Angas ka? Anyone going to take AO?
Sayang. May araw ka
Wala
din.
din. Di ba yung weapon ni Madeng may reach, hindi siya short range?
Melee pa
Basta
din.
melee attack.
Melee attack pa din
Basta
yan.
melee attack.
Okay.
Action na ako, humanda ka.
Wala pa kayong mga kahit na disadvantage na AO na
Wala, it has to be a melee. You can only AO with melee attacks.
Tumitira, nagbabalik ng 20 eh.
The Warlock here, wala na siyang spell slot. So, he is going to... sige. Wait lang, double checking something. Okay. He is going to do a ready action. Ready action. Let me check something. Okay. So, now it's the thief's turn. Now it's the thief's turn. Alright, remember, he is still hidden. This is his movement. Going to run this way. He's gonna run this way. That's gonna proc the Warlock's ready action to attack Topo with Eldritch Blast. And because it's a ready action, he can cast this is 3 blasts. And because of Cobalt Pack tactics, he will do this with advantage. 1d6 plus 6. Okay. First attack with advantage. Ay, mali. Sorry, 1d20 dapat. First attack with advantage. 23 is going to hit. Here is the damage. Eldritch Blast. 5 damage to Topo. Second attack with advantage. 11 is going to miss. And third attack.
Miss.
Not 20. Here, this is 2d10 damage.
Yari tayo ngayon.
Snake eyes, snake eyes.
3 plus 6, 9. That is still enough to down you.
An enemy has been slain.
The Kobold still has his action. He used this much movement. Okay. He's going to use his bonus action to dash. Go over here. Look over at Agios. And is going to drop his crossbow. He'll pull out his short sword. Remember, this first attack will still have advantage. 24 is going to hit since he has advantage. Sneak attack, that's 20 damage. Agios,
An enemy has been slain.
Ouch!
you are down. Moving over here, he will use 2 more attacks. This is gonna be at flat roll now. To attack Zumi. 1. 20 is gonna hit. And 1 last. 18 is also going to hit. Zumi, you are down. Agios,
Walang
Zumi,
nagawa.
and Topo, all of you are down. He has 10 feet of movement left. He's gonna move back here. But he's no longer hidden because hindi na siya nag-hide. Okay. Adjust your HP, please. Agios, you are no longer concentrating on Shield of Faith. Roll me a d20 and make a death saving throw. Lakas ng kobolds.
Is giving potion a full action or free action?
Yes, it's an action. Okay. Roll a d20, Agios. Agios? Banana?
Yes. I'm down, right?
Yes,
D20.
roll a d20.
Roll D20.
That save.
Yes.
Okay, wait. D20.
Here, just click the dice macro, yung D20 dito. 14! That is one pass. Zumi, make a death saving throw.
Oh, wow.
Copy.
Topo, please adjust your HP. You're at 0. Zumi,
Oh,
that
my.
is one fail.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, that was just 9 pala siya.
You see this kobold over here, looks at you with your melee weapon. He's like, ano, sabakan na? May armor pagdatis pa ako.
Yun na ba?
Mababa ng rules natin.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I move around through here. Excuse me, dead people.
Excuse me.
I want to heal the healer. So
Yes, good idea.
I'll use my main action to tawag dito, pull his potion and give it to him.
Oh, all right. Use your Topo. Do you have a healing potion?
Yes, I do.
All right. How many healing? You no longer have a healing potion with you. Go ahead and click that healing macro rocks.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Topo, gain 7 HP. You still have a bonus action.
Okay. Hold on. Bonus action. Sino bang mga down pa? Tong dalawa, si Agios tsaka si Zumi.
Agios and Zumi, yes.
But the turn is nandun pa almost after me. I leave them to Topo. Sige na nga. Yeah, sige. I'll just move towards the Cobalt Thief and say, matapang ka?
You only have 5 feet of movement left.
Ay, why?
Diba? Ganito yung movement mo.
Hindi, across the... How do you do this?
Ganito yung movement mo, diba?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have enough. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yan. Then I end my turn. Yeah, there, pointing my finger at you are bad.
Round 5. Topo, you are prone. Would you like to use half your movement to stand up?
Yes.
Confirm this.
Heal.
Could I walk over here?
Yep, you can.
I'm gonna cast what was that? Cure Wounds on
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Cure Wounds on Zumi. Cure Wounds.
Pwede din kay Tiberius kasi may lay on hand siya eh.
Pwede kong i-heal si Zumi afterwards.
Pwede i-heal si Zumi.
Yeah.
Okay, so mauuna yung Cobalt kay Agios eh.
So 5. Okay.
Oo nga.
I'm gonna go here. Cross.
Pinapagalitan siya yung Cobalt.
Okay.
Bad ka.
So I'm gonna heal Tiberius, Cure Wounds, Tiberius.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Let's see. For 6.
6. Nice heal.
Alex, was that a real player who said that? Yung revive me, Jed, revive me.
Ano? It's just a sound.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Then I'll cast Healing Word.
Unfortunately,
Overwatch.
2 spells.
What was that?
You can, if you cast a spell, the only other spell you can cast would have to be a
okay.
cantrip.
It's a bonus action nga pala yun, no? Yeah.
Yes.
I'll just cast Toll the Dead on the Cobalt.
Cure Wounds ka na.
Sige, tapusin mo na.
Pero if you want, you already use Cure Wounds as an action. If you want, I'll let you swap Cure Wounds. Instead of Cure Wounds, Healing Word na lang para makatol the dead ka pa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that? Yeah.
Would you like to have done Cure Wounds instead? Healing Word instead of Cure Wounds.
Healing Word then. Healing Word.
All right. You're healing Agios or Zumi?
Agios.
Agios gain 5 instead of 6. Tapos Topo, you're doing Toll the Dead on the Warlock, is that right?
On the warlock, yes.
Alright, he's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Live! 3 will fail. No, 20 will pass. He will not take the 3 damage. Akala ko 3 yung roll niya.
Toll the Dead.
Wala niya.
Shouts,
Kanina
Mama
pa
mo,
yan.
Toll the Dead.
Kanina pa yan.
Ariel, you're up.
Alright. Who's the only one down? Zumi?
Zumi.
Agios is up, right? Okay.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Healing word to Zumi.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Eric din ba si ano? Kala ko barbarian siya. Druid pala.
On Zumi. So what? 1d4
Druid
plus
bard.
spell casting. So what's wisdom?
Yes. Go to your click cast. Go to spells and then press cast spell beside the healing word. Wag yung display on VTT, yung cast.
Cast. Alright. Take
Oh.
get 5.
5 HP.
So Zuzumi. Alright, that was my bonus action, and then as an action I hit that with my the warlock with hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow, fire away. Flat roll. 8 will miss.
And done. Done. Okay, let's waste the insp. Let's do it.
Go ahead. Okay.
Let's do it. One more.
I'll keep the 3 damage if ever.
No, there we
19
go.
is going to hit. Will take 3 damage. Wala na yung armor of Agathis.
And
Suddenly, hindi na siya matapang.
Mama mo, panot. Raymond, ako nang, sagot ko ng inspi. Tatlo pa kasi inspi ko.
What?
Okay.
So you used your insp and not mine?
Ako na lang mag-inspi yan.
Okay, so I keep my one insp. Okay.
Nice teamwork. Good job. Alright, Emilio. So, because you're standing behind this big mushroom, if you attack from there, that will be half cover. When it has half cover, that means it has increased AC.
I see. Yeah. So I'm moving. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You have a clear shot now.
Shot na to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot him with the crossbow. Ay! No. I'll just shoot na lang the Cobalt Cobalt Thief with the crossbow. I think I
Okay.
this one.
Focus fire!
Focus fire!
Ayaw mo na eh.
Tactics pa
Tayo
yan.
sneak attack eh.
Mahirap pag dalawa kalaban.
Focus fire.
Did that hit?
Who are you targeting? The warlock or the thief?
Thief.
Warlock.
Okay. Your allies
Sneak
ask
attack.
you to sneak attack will proc. That is 10 damage. As you use your sneak attack to attack the thief. The thief is going to take 10 damage. Still alive.
Mas pala ng hit points niya.
Bawas. Parang mga
The warlock looks at you and shouts, "Salamat, pre!
Dapat
Ikaw yung last na papatayin ko."
Hindi mo mamatay pa yan. Okay, next round done.
Alright, Nose, you're up.
Okay.
Mas pala hit points nila.
I'll move here.
Mhm.
Ikaw na, bahala
And-
dyan na nose.
Yeah. Sana mapatay ko Eldritch Blast again.
Okay, go ahead. Pew pew.
Uy,
Who are you
uy.
targeting?
Warlock.
Warlock or thief?
Yep.
Warlock.
Warlock.
8. You are in kill range. If you roll high enough... you're not in kill range, but roll your d6. Okay. See how high you can roll. That is 11 damage, still alive. Barely breathing. Okay.
I'm done.
The Warlock, with his last breath, is going to move over here, and he will ready action. Buhay pa.
Na naman.
The thief is gonna move over here, and now with pack tactics, the warlock has advantage on 3 creatures. Will focus fire on rocks. Will attack with advantage. First attack. That's a crit.
Oh my god. Oh,
Anong
still
attack
alive.
niya?
Eldritch
What
Blast.
are you using
Yan.
to attack?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch
Tactics.
Blast. Tactics. So ano, crit ba talaga?
Oh, 3 blast yan.
Tatlong blast.
Di ba yung
Tat-
tira, 1 blast per attack?
Di,
Ah,
level up na siya. 3 blast na sila.
for what good?
Hindi,
For,
pero per tira, right?
Sorry?
Never mind.
Hey, my shield. Okay. You have a shield. That's 21. Only one will hit. Only take 2 damage.
thank you. Thank you, Lysander.
Sige. The Cobalt Thief, since he still has turns, he'll pull out his short sword. He's still using his short swords. Pressure natin yung party. Let's attack Agios with advantage dahil prone. Attacking advantage. 13 will miss. Second attack. 25 will hit. Kaso walang sneak attack. Take only 8, but you are down. And last attack will go to Zumi. We'll try to down you. 22, Zumi and Agios, both of you are at 0 HP again. Cobalt is gonna move over here.
Walang magawa.
That's gonna be its turn. Agios, roll a d20. Naka-stun lock.
Healer is here.
Agios.
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 I'm down.
And
Down,
down.
down.
Let's save.
No, you have to death save.
Let's say D20.
17, one pass. Zumi, death save.
My turn.
Crit!
Ooh, that is 2 death fails.
Ouch.
Okay lang,
Rocks.
guys. I'm here.
Bye.
One more death fail, and you are dead.
I'm
I see,
dead.
I
Ano bang
see.
gusto mag-inspire?
Inspi.
Hindi,
I give
teka.
it,
Di ba I see Zumi's parang cringing in pain, mamatay na siya.
Yes.
Yes. I use healing word, sabihin ko, huy, bumango ka dyan, arte-arte mo.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Alright, healing word.
Healing word. Here goes.
Ilan pa spell slots mo?
Nagamit ko na 2 out of 3.
Okay.
This is my second spell.
Ano yung reaction?
It's a bonus action yung healing word.
Hmm.
It's my round na, yeah. Tapos, Argos.
So, I'm back to 10.
Oo.
10 HP. Nice heal. You still have your action.
Next, so my action. So, sige. Masakit kaya mang palo tong tip na to.
Are you going to give the warlock another turn?
Si Warlock?
okay na yung Warlock. It's okay.
Another turn? Si Warlock?
Oh. Are you gonna give him a turn or patayin mo na ba?
1d6 lang yung attack ko eh.
Okay lang.
Na lang.
Damage is damage.
O sige.
Baka
sige.
mag-ready ko.
O sige. I call the sacred flame of Lathander against you.
Sa warlock?
Yeah, sa Warlock.
Okay. Warlock will make a dexterity saving throw. Rolling. 17. No damage taken.
Yun,
Bad
sa-
trip.
Oh, Lathander! Round
teka.
6.
Wait, I have movement. I have movement.
Uh-huh.
I will move here.
Okay. Alright.
Definitive.
Topo, you're up.
Yeah. All the dead.
Architect.
Warlock.
Warlock, okay. Warlock is going to make a wisdom saving throw. I'll share ko lang, he has 4 HP na lang. 11 will fail. If you roll a 4, you will die.
Still alive.
Unfortunate.
Inky.
You can't inspi damage.
The
D20s
damage.
lang
Wala na.
pwede.
Hihinga
He looks over at you and shouts, Mama mo told the dead!
Mamatay ka rin. Let's see.
Ikaw na.
We win.
Bonus action? No.
Okay.
I'm done.
15 feet naman yung range mo eh.
These are. I can move over these, right? They're both down.
Yes. Yeah, difficult terrain lang sila.
1, 2.
Pwede ka-
Your range is 15 feet with your tentacle rod. You can actually hit them both from over here.
Okay, let's do here. Let's kill that guy first. Tentacle rod.
First attack.
Where's my tentacle rod? There we go. Fire 1, 2,
17. Wait, hold on. One at a time.
Yung
Your
white
17 will hit. Roll a d6. Roll a d6 for the damage. He has 2 HP. If it's 1 HP, he can still do
Wag lang
something.
piso.
Ay, so slash R.
Here, just do this. Hit that d6 but macro. 3!
An
Patay na
enemy
siya.
has been slain.
Sayang. Share ko lang. If it was one damage, he would have used his ability for Misty Escape para makateleport siya.
Weird.
Alright?
And so I still have
attacks, you can-
two attacks, right? So can
Yeah.
I still reuse these 2 rolls for
Yes.
okay?
Yep. 17 and 20 are both gonna hit. Roll me the 2d6. 8 damage taken.
And bonus action rage again.
Are you sure? Okay, pwede rin.
Yep.
Remember, you're not dealing any extra damage because of your tentacle rod.
I'm
it's
using
not-
it for
you're dealing
defense.
damage.
I'm using it for defense.
Okay, noted. Emilio, you're up.
Shoot with a crossbow.
Okay.
Kapoo.
Is it hit?
Big hit.
Ano ba yan? 11.
11 will miss.
Okay, done.
Okay, nose.
Bonus action, I'll transfer my hex to the Cobalt Thief. And
Okay.
I'll shoot with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Nice, you got your combo. 22 is gonna hit. Roll the d6.
Sure.
6.
Okay, 3 damage taken. Say done when you're done. Okay.
Done.
Cobalt Thief is going to run over here. Rox, will you like to take AO?
Yes.
Okay.
I hit him with my staff. Hold on. Staff, where are you? There you go. I thought.
8 will miss. Alright. He is going to use a bonus up. He's going to use the rest of his movement to run away. The remaining 20 feet. He's going to use his bonus action to dash. So he's 50 feet away. He's going to use his action to dash. That makes it 80 feet away. The kobold has retreated. You scared him off. Good job. Wala na siyang pack tactics.
Power of
He's not gonna
kobold.
fight anymore. But
Sayang,
Rox,
pala yun, no?
he did drop something. Would you like to pick it up?
Yes. Ay, teka, check
This
for
is-
trap. This is Mr. Bear.
I'm proud of you. Gain an inspi. Okay. You check for traps, but there's no trap.
Okay,
It
pick
seems to be a badge from Valkenview. These are trained bounty hunters.
Hey.
It seems that they are after you.
Oh. Guys, we're popular.
We're famous.
We're famous.
You
Can
sure
anyone
we're the
here
one they're
type
after?
It
Sure we're
seems
the
so.
one they're after? Maybe they're after
Because-
somebody
Who's the most
particular.
expensive?
They were tracking you, but seems that your troubles are not over. Eldath runs up to you. Everyone, where Who's not here? You look at the party. Some
that's
of your
here.
friends are gone.
Oh. Where is His
Oh.
Highness?
It's
Where is the
definitely
Prince Dorito?
And ano,
Eldeth
And
is
also the
beginning to
elf.
panic.
Where's
So,
Saren?
adventurers,
Dahil
you can
ano,
make your choice. You can choose one person to make a survival check to try and find out what happened. Or maybe, if you know something about the NPCs, they will be able to give you an instant pass.
If we know something about the NPCs.
Know something about the NPCs?
Maybe the
Oh.
NPCs gave you information that you can use. You know, if you want to use the cards.
I suspect that that little mushroom brain controlled the draw to kidnap the prince. If I'm
baliktad yata. Pwede ba yun?
Pucha tol, suspect talaga sa akin yung mushroom na
Maliit
yun.
na mushroom.
Oo.
Hindi mo may control pala siya. Ano?
Nag-spread ng COVID yun, bahing ng bahing eh. Ano? Survival ko na ba to?
Go.
Meron akong HP dito tol.
Well, are you gonna lock that in, or will you use your inspiration?
I'll use my inspiration for advantage para take the highest.
Sure.
Can I cast guidance?
Yun.
Yes, you can cast guidance.
Okay pa, okay na ba yan?
All right, 22 will pass. You find 2 separate tracks. It seems that these 2 kobolds weren't here to kill you. They were only here to cause a distraction. And while you were busy fighting, 2 different groups came in and took them away. On one side, you can see very clearly that Prince Darendil has been swept to the left. On the other side, Sarith and Stool have been taken to the opposite end. So, adventurers, you need to make one very difficult decision. 3 of your friends have been kidnapped. 2 of them have been taken east. One of them, their strong one, has been taken west. You can right if you go to one place, you might not have time. You're probably not gonna have time to save the other. So, who are you going to save? Stool and Sarith, or Prince Darendil? Are you going to choose the 2 weaker people or the one stronger person? When you can discuss amongst yourselves. You can discuss amongst yourselves. Move your token to who you're going to try to save.
Okay. Teka.
Ay, can anybody heal Tiberius?
I pick up his potion.
Okay. Tiberius? Sure kayo? Walang gusto mag-Ion Hands na lang? 1 HP, maybe?
I can lay hands, pero I can lay hands on myself, right? I can do that.
Not while you are 0 HP.
Kaya nga, I'll get his potion na lang and feed it to him.
Okay.
That's better.
Roll that potion. You have no more potions, if I'm not mistaken.
So,
Yep. The last one.
Roll it.
Right?
Yes. Tiberius, go ahead and roll that. Okay, 8. Gain 8 HP.
so we didn't
Alright.
get any long rest, I guess, because of all of these commotion, I guess.
You would not be able to. That is why Bupido looks over at you. You know, I don't think we're going to be any stronger if we fight in this condition. We might want to consider taking a rest.
Short rest.
The trail will still be there.
Yeah.
Eldith steps up and says, "Yes, I when I was back on the surface world, I was a tracker. I can go with you and I can help you."
Alright.
Bupidos looks over at you and says, "I know this land all too well, and I will happily aid you in finding Stool and Sarith."
Okay, so you mean we have time for a long rest?
If you want to take one, you can. They are encouraging you to take a long rest
All right.
because in this condition, you might have you might not be able to find them.
I look at our food factory.
I don't have enough slots to make more food. I need to
Oh,
rest.
done.
I need to rest.
Take one rest.
Yeah, rest first.
Okay.
Okay,
Short rest or long
everyone, you
Long.
can take a long rest. Long
Long.
rest.
Long rest.
long rest?
Okay. Everyone, go back to max HP, and there are currently two NPCs who offered to join you. Bupido and Eldeth are both willing to join you today. So you can keep them as an ally. Once per combat, you can use them for advantage. But if you die during the mod, they are going to die instead. Who will be holding on to them?
Question is one of them to Nose because Nose doesn't die.
Okay,
Hindi naman
you can.
hindi
Hmm?
Wala
hindi
kasing
magiging hindi magiging effective sa akin. Kayo.
nga eh. I can keep kunwari I can keep Lupido safe pero parang I don't have use for yung advantages on attack eh. Si bigay mo kay thief natin tol para
Yeah. Brother, well,
Parang-
brother. Kami magkapatid yung Gapito.
You can hold both of them if you want, but if you die, both of them are gonna die.
Oh, share the pain. One at a
mother-
one per person.
oh, yung eggs in one basket.
Oh, yes.
Pero that gives you two advantages. Two advantage per combat.
Teka, sino ba kailangan ng advantage? Ba't si,
Tigisan na lang kayo ni Madeng.
Okay, I'll take one.
si
Okay.
Madeng, dapat si Madeng, dapat si Madeng.
Okay, I'll take one.
Okay. Raywin, you'll be taking who?
Sino ba yung kasama?
What are the cards again? They got
Eldeth and Bupido.
Bupido.
Who will you be taking?
I'll take Eldeth.
Eldeth. This is Raywin, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Raywin, you now have Eldeth in your inventory. Who will be taking Bupido?
Mimi.
Really.
Okay. This is Emilio. Okay. So, remember, if either of you die, your NPC friend will die instead.
When,
Go
when,
to
you,
max
when you
HP.
say die, like die with losing all of the death saves or just be
Yes.
down?
Lose all your
Yes,
death
save.
saves.
Okay, that's fine.
Like Ron.
Yung damage sobrang taas.
Not being down. Not a result of being
being
down. Okay, all right.
Yes. Dead talaga.
Okay.
So, you made a difficult choice to save both Sarith and Suol rather than Prince Derendil, the strongest person in your team.
First we'll ask Bupido. Who do you think we should save, Bupido?
We have a very philosophical question here. Do we save the masses, or do we save the masses on the weak side, or do we save the solo strong one? Either way, if we look at the from a philosophical aspect, it is going to be a difficult decision regardless. I would trust your judgment, adventurers.
Back at you.
I will say that neither of them had volunteered to fight. So
We will the needs of the many outweigh.
With the needs of few.
neither of the few.
We will try to rescue, but I am disappointed.
Remember, if you bond with your NPC friends, they may unlock special powers later on. So it may be helpful. Okay,
Let's rescue the BTET.
so Eldeth and the Bupido are currently leading the way. They are Eldeth is using her skills as a trapper to try and find the right path. Bupido is working hard to navigate the area. He knows this area well. He is a very cunning Darrow after all. Eventually, you come by a very strange, you come by a very interesting temple. It's clearly a temple. It's old. And Eldeth over here looks at you and says, "They're this way. Somewhere here. I'm sure of it." Gupido looks over at you all and says, "Ah, this is an old shrine. They call this the Oozing Temple."
Oh, fools. Oh, God.
What's there?
Yes. Well, let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. So, you have formed a good relationship with Bupido. Bupido is happy to give you this information. Ah, this is a temple for Juiblex. Juiblex is one of the demon lords. This is what Juiblex looks like. He is a very powerful demon lord. Are you sure you want to go in there?
Okay.
Eldeth steps forward and says, "Stool and Sarith are there. If we turn back now, we're never gonna see them again."
Wait,
Julie Black. Go.
can we scout ahead muna? Can I try to scout ahead? I'll leave Topito behind muna.
You can try, but if anything happens, yare. If anything else, you're gonna be in danger. But
What does the building look
Eldeth,
like? It's a structure, right? It's a structure in the
that is a very good question. What does it look like? Okay, so there's like a giant cave here. Tapos there's a big opening nandito. Yan. That's what it looks like. Here, gawin ko pang 3D. Yan. Yan. 3D na siya. That's what it looks like. But Eldeth, as a tracker, is able to look around and can confirm that there are no traps. But there is a trail that indicates that a group of kobolds came here recently.
More kobolds.
Because I just want to take advantage of, diba, the gnome has 120 feet of vision. And then
okay.
you can hide in
You
rocky
can look
terrain,
inside.
right?
Yes, you'll have advantage if you want to do that. But yeah,
without being spotted.
yeah. Just right off the bat, you can tell that there are no traps. And in the immediate opening, there's no hostile creatures. But there is a point that you cannot see anymore. So you are going to need to go with your allies there.
Oh, I have.
Parang ano, yung
Eyes
step
of
by
the
step,
Night.
pag-clear forward kami.
And give it.
Okay. Sige, sige.
I'm going to use Eyes of the Night.
300 feet, dark vision.
About
I'll go here
Emilio.
na lang. This is what you all see from the outside. Gupido and Eldeth are with you all.
Can I use this guy's self and this guy as one of the kobolds that we killed?
Sure. If you want to, go ahead.
And I can scout if you want, because
Yeah, use your mask of many faces.
yeah.
Nice. Sige. You can scout if you want.
Okay. I'll go in first.
Scouting, you're scouting. Go ahead, move your token. It's free movement, but when I say stop, you're gonna have to stop. Okay. You take a look at that area. This is what you see. This entire place has a fork in the road.
Teka, nagka-affect by 120 feet ko. Can I hide? Can I hide while moving around?
Sure. You can make a stealth check.
Oh, sure. With advantage, right? Rocky naman to, di ba?
Yes. Depends on how many people are scouting. Rox, Emilio, and Nose are all gonna scout. The three of you make a stealth check.
No, I'm not scouting.
Sorry. Emilio and Nose make a stealth check. If even one of you fails.
Hindi na ako mag-start kasi I'm disguised as one of the kobold.
Okay, so you're not stealthing.
Even if they see me, I'll just say I'm one of them.
Okay. You roll a 19. This is what you see. You see two kobolds, but They are currently being devoured by spiders.
Okay, we don't need to go
They are
there, right?
distracted right now. You can ignore them if you want.
Don't need to do this.
Can we check on the other side? What?
Yes, you can.
Yung muna ka. Sa likod na ako back up. We motion the team forward pala. I go back and motion the team na pwede sila forward. Para at least right behind. Thing to see, huh? This is a dead end.
Hindi. May opening pa siya eh.
Remember, it's free movement, but when I say stop, everyone needs to stop. So, if your allies are like 100 feet away from you, good luck.
Zumi.
Sana naman
Move.
hindi.
Zumi.
Lumi, move.
Zumi. Si Zumi. Naiwan.
Okay, everyone stop.
Oh.
Nose. As you are moving forward, something falls, like a drip of black water falls right on your nose. As you look up at the ceiling, there, 15 feet above you, is like a black puddle that glares at you. Everyone, roll initiative.
Hindi ko na-spot yun. Oh well.
You would
Si
not have been
perception
able
man.
to spot it. With your passive perception, no.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Because this creature is not the usual type of creature that you would be prone to seeing. It has this feature called. No. It came out of the ceiling above you, rather. You see that it
Okay.
slowly crawls out of the cracks of the cave. And you see a kobold skull fall out of the ceiling. 15 feet above you, you can see that whatever this thing is just devoured a kobold. This is what you are fighting. Say hello to a black pudding. Tan-nan-nan-nan-nan-tan-tan-tan-tan.
Black pudding.
Di ba kinakain yan?
Hindi nga tayo nangangain ng AC, tol.
Makain lang yan, di ba?
Black pudding.
Okay.
Special
Go
na
on
pudding.
initiative. This is gonna be your turn order until the final battle. So if you want to use your inspi, now would be the time to do so on your initiative roll. This is gonna be the turn order until the PPEG.
Shouldn't I be 15 instead of the 6?
Sorry. Zumi.
That'd be
Yes, you're
15.
15. That's the first one.
Okay.
Can my roll be 16? The first one? No.
Como? Sorry. Nose. Nose. You rolled a 20.
Tiberius is the one asking.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Tiberius, you rolled a 16. Yeah, get the first one.
Okay. So how do I change it to 16?
Check your go on the turn order. Click yung 4 and change it to 16.
Okay.
Before locking in, will anyone use their inspiration to re-roll their initiative? Going once? Going
I'll go ahead
twice? Sold. Okay. Tiberius, Topo, and Emilio, all of you rolled 16. Which one of you would like to go first?
I'm
Last
gonna
now.
go first.
Okay. Who's gonna go first?
I'm gonna go first.
I'll go first. You go
That's
first.
Topo?
Topo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Top of the round, Nose. You see this black pudding. It's currently 15 feet in the air, on the ceiling, walking on the ceiling.
Okay. I'll use Hex. First.
Okay, casting Hex. It is 5 feet above you. So if you attack, you are going to attack at disadvantage. Since it's 5 feet away from you.
Just 5 feet.
Because it's 15 feet in the air, you are 5 feet tall. This is 10 feet tall. So it's right above you.
I'll move 1.
Okay, as you walk away, it will take an attack of opportunity. 17 will miss. Look at that damage.
Oh my goodness.
20 acid. Oh no. I'll use Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead. Pew pew. 23 is going to hit. Roll the hex.
Hello?
D6. Okay, taking 5. Nicely done. Stay down when you're done.
I'm moving farther away.
Yes,
and
good
done.
idea. All right. Oppo, it's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Bless.
Nice. Good
Revive
job.
me, Jet. Revive.
I'll give it to Emilio, Raywind, and
Rock.
would Rock need it?
Agios.
Zumi.
I think.
Adios.
Alam mo ba si
Agios. Wait, nasa si Agios? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tiberius, okay. Alright, Emilio, Raywin, and Tiberius, the three of you are blessed. Please put hashtag B on your nameplate. And Raywin, please put, Topo, please put this code on your nameplate so that you're concentrating on blessed. This will last for 1 minute.
Okay, see Bless.
And just say done when you're done.
I'm done.
Tiberius, you are blessed.
Okay. I will move. 1, 2,
Difficult terrain to move through allies.
3.
Sige, Topo, you can take a step there. Go lang.
Yeah.
Teka, I can't
Okay.
see na. Okay.
Pwede rin dito, that's fine.
Dito? Pwede?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Sexy.
And then I attack with a crossbow.
Okay, attacking.
Okay. Done?
16, that is going to hit, taking 2 damage. As that happens, you can see that your arrow, your crossbow bolt rather, melts as it hits this black pudding. The arrow has been destroyed.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, say that when you're done.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay, Emilio, you're up.
Disengage.
Okay. Wala na siyang reaction.
Wala na siyang
He
reaction.
can't AO you. Yeah, nag-AO na siya kay Nose.
Okay. Sige, move na lang ako. 1, 2,
Glue.
3.
Glue.
Sige, tama. Glue na lang. Glue. Yeah, use the glue na.
Glue.
Iisip ko din. Natabak kaya na ng glue.
Baka.
Paano kaya? 320 lang, plus 3. Kasi walang
Yeah.
ano yung there's no
Plus 5, plus 5. Plus 5, kasi may proficiency bonus ka pa.
Move up ka na lang.
Hindi nga, kulang eh. Kulang yung movement ko eh.
Move up.
Nice! 24! As a web hits it, it is restrained.
Yun.
0
Long range
movement.
na. Long range siya na.
Attacks against this creature are now going to have advantage.
Yes.
Ayun. Finally. Move bara.
Fun.
Okay, well done.
Go.
Okay.
Done pala. Done.
Good job, Zumi.
So, does that mean... sige, I can move naman pala. 1, 2, 3. So, difficult terrain, no?
Mm-hmm. Move through allies, yes.
5.
25.
Mukhang di ako makakalusot eh.
Yeah, wala.
Siksikan.
Masyadong sakitan.
Pero, pwede ka naman.
Okay, anyway, I'll just fire an arrow? Question mark? Sige.
Fire an arrow, go ahead.
Okay.
Sarap ng wand of Wizard Gloves, no?
Oh,
Tier 3 yung PCO, I still use that. You have advantage, it's restrained. Advantage.
there you go.
15 is gonna hit, taking 5. Well done. Say down when you're done.
I'm done.
Raywind, you're up.
Okay. I move 1, 2, 3, and then use the tentacle rod.
Ooh, okay. Go for it.
First attack.
27 will hit. 2 will miss. Sorry, joke lang.
Advantage?
22 will hit. Yes, you have advantage. Okay, that is
Take 5.
2, 4. Can you roll me 3d20s? Tignan natin kung may crit.
3d20s. 1, 2, 3. Nope.
Okay, no crit, but it takes at 5 damage. Will make a dexterity saving throw. Rolling. It's restrained. May disadvantage siya. 0. It is has no reactions. Wow. Di ano magagawa niya?
And done. Done.
Okay guys, panalo na kayo dito. Are you okay if fast forward na lang natin?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone, use your long range attacks and you attack it like crazy. Suddenly, player 3, 1, 2, 3. Topo, you get the last kill. Can you describe how you kill it?
I used Call the Dead.
Call the Dead. It fails. It is
An
dead.
enemy has been
I've been
slain.
using Call the
Wala na yun. You were ano na kayo, you were good strategy.
Question, the tentacle rod is not affected by anything? Didn't melt?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Nope, did not. Okay. So,
Magic item.
wala na yung bless. Remove the bless icons. Hex is still up because it lasts for 1 hour. You're free to move, adventurers.
Nasaan na si Nose? Nose! Yung disguise mo.
Yeah. I'm still
I mean,
disguised pa din.
you notice that you saw a lot of dead kobold.
Look for gear. For gear.
Pero
Anything
what
useful.
about yung tracks nung ano? Yung tracks nila, what you call this? Ni Stool, tsaka ni Stool.
The track. Eldeth tells you that there's somewhere over here. The tracks are still relatively fresh. It seems that the drow and kobolds who kidnapped them also took a long rest.
Dito tayo dumaan sa ano?
So, you're not too far away from them.
Walk away.
Hey, napamadali.
Move. Si Kwan,
You
na
go through
iwan
the
si
very camp
Tiberius.
hallway.
Bagal lang
Tiberius.
yung update. Matagal yung update. Blank pa rin yung nakikita.
Hindi ko na makikita. Dark.
Yan, cover pa
Blank
niya
pa
kasi.
rin.
Nauna na yung mga iba. Sige.
Hold on. This is
Mauna
what
ka
you
muna.
all see. This is what you all see.
Next
Wait.
now.
Parang ano to ah.
Parang ano,
eight-
parang
8-4 tol, 8-4.
Dashboard.
There you go.
May daan dito. Teka. Where does the tracks lead us? Meron ba? Can we see where
The tracks, you don't see any more tracks. The tracks are gone. There's no way to knowing where they are.
They could go to the right or to the left. Okay.
Go. Where?
you're the one in disguise, so maybe you can walk around.
Sabihin ko na lang,
So,
The
silip
right
muna
shoe.
tayo dito.
the right shoes always follows the right path.
Can I use my divine sense? Maybe I can.
I'll
Okay,
check
I'll
this
use my
one.
divine sense.
Everyone, stop muna as divine sense.
Yeah.
There's no celestials, fiend, or undead. However, everyone, roll initiative ulit.
Oh, I thought yun na
See
yung
creatures.
I thought yun na yung initiative natin until BBG.
Yeah, sorry, joke lang. Force of Habit.
Ayun.
Yan. Force of Habit. This is your initiative. Creatures will be out over here. There are 2 more oozing creatures that pop
Slithering
out. These are called Slithering Trappers. Now, because of its ability called False Appearance, it is indistinguishable from a puddle of water. So while it was in the water, you had no way of knowing it was there. everyone with a passive perception of 15 or lower is surprised.
Oh,
Sorry, of below 15. Below 15. Below
Okay.
15.
Ah,
So,
15 of is
yes.
pass.
Emilio, Rox, and Topo are not surprised. Same initiative. Okay. Nose, you are surprised. Topo, you're up.
And see
Wala
that
yun.
Can't see them.
5, 10. Could I move over here? Wait, 5, 10, 20. If I move up here, could I see them? That's it, line of sight.
Is it line of sight? Half cover. You would have half cover.
Hold the dead.
Oh. Ay, wait lang. Sorry. Let me double check. Yeah, sige. Pwede. Okay na yan.
Okay, yeah. Shoot. We cast Bless again.
Okay.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Raywind. Nos is in front,
You don't need line of sight para maka bless.
Nos, Emilio, and Tiberius. Raywind.
Okay.
Yes.
Three of you are blessed. Topo, you're concentrating on bless. Say done when you're done.
Then that's action. I could still cast.
You cannot.
I'm done.
Walang. Yeah, yun.
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright. Tiberius, with your passive perception of 10, you are surprised. Emilio, your passive perception is 15. You are not surprised.
I shoot muna my crossbow.
Okay. Yes, you have advantage. Sorry, not advantage, but you have a sneak attack.
Can I use the advantage right now?
Yeah, you
the
can.
NPC. Ayun, sige.
Yes, now you have advantage. Good job.
Can ayaw mag-ano. What? Ano ba yan? Oh my goodness. Ano ba
Ay,
yan?
unfortunate. Naka-bless ka?
Yeah.
Naka-bless.
Na-bless ko
Bless.
pala.
Plus 1d4 plano, no?
Okay.
3-4 lang, ano?
Yeah. Okay, you can use Rox has given you insp, but your bless is still going to be 1.
Okay. May insp. Okay.
Mali yung bless mo. It's supposed to be /R 1d4.
Hindi, tama. Rolling. Plus 1d4. 1. Ayun na nga.
It's supposed to look like this. I think you type plus 1d4. It's supposed to be /R 1d4 dapat.
Okay. Kailang 1 ang lumabas eh. Rolling 1d4 nga. Yan.
Okay lang. Sige, make your attack again. I'll keep the same damage though. 9.
Sige. So just roll again for the advantage,
This is
right?
still gonna be 9 damage with advantage.
Oh, am I?
What?
12. My bless, you still have a chance. Can you click that D4 button, please?
Oh my
just
God, yo.
misses. Wala. Yawat.
Okay, I'll move on. Make space. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Don't make up the driveway.
Don't block the driveway. Yeah, moving on the way. Done.
Okay. Zumi.
I can't see it, no?
Zumi, you can.
Oh, no.
Hindi na, wait, sorry. Zumi, you are surprised. Raywin,
Yeah.
you are surprised. Rox, you are not surprised.
Right. Okay. 1, 2, Sacred Flame lang. Hold
Okay. Slithering Tracker will make a dexterity saving throw.
on.
16 will pass. No damage taken.
Oh. Okay.
So, when you're done?
Done.
Okay.
Don't lock the, teka, don't lock the driveway. Okay.
Okay. So, time for sheet to happen. You see this area here? Look at this. Gumagalaw siya.
Where? I didn't see that.
This area here, gumagalaw siya. Yung gumagalaw.
There.
Look
I
at
don't see
this,
anything.
because there is
Oh.
another black pudding. It comes out of the ceiling. This is what it looks like. Tan-nan-nan-nan-nan-nan, tan-tan-tan-tan-tan. It was hidden 10 feet in the air. It's gonna squeeze through this area and attack Topo with advantage. Topo, what type of armor are you wearing?
Chain.
Chainmail. Oh, okay. Chainmail, alright.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt. Alright. Attacking Topo with advantage. 16 just hits. Topo, take 20 damage. You are down. And what's worse is, Topo, your chain shirt is now a -1 chain shirt.
Baliwala. Useless shirt.
Instead of reduce your AC by 1. So instead of 16, it's now 15. That is a permanent effect. You have to mark that on your chain shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
May extra pa naman
Nose.
tayo, di ba? May extra.
Yeah, may extra pa naman. Nose, you're up. Now you remember why when you shot an arrow, a bolt at it, the bolt just melted. You think that if it hits anything metal, it will reduce it, it'll turn into a -1 item.
Yung itong slithering tracker or the black ooze, right? The
Black ooze,
pudding.
yes. Yung black pudding.
How high is the ceiling here?
The ceiling here is 100 over 100 feet high. You think that this can actually be an escape from this temple if you need to. But you are in a but over here this area it's only 20 feet 15 feet high.
Can I fly 15 feet up?
Yes,
This-
but the Slithering Tracker will take AO if ever.
It's okay.
Okay.
So I'll fly
Well-
15 up.
Okay, making an attack roll. Slam. Ay, wait lang. Hold on, sorry. Nose, I think you're surprised. Never mind. You're surprised. You wouldn't have been
Let-
able. Ay, joke lang. I was testing you. You passed.
Ah,
Yeah.
Let
I was
her
testing you. You passed. Good job. All right. 16 will miss.
so I'm 15 feet up.
Ay, wait
Nasa
lang.
what-
Sorry. I realize di pa ako nag-roll ng initiative.
For the slithering tracker.
Teka lang.
Tapos na lang.
I was like,
Round.
that's some damage. I didn't roll initiative. Hold on. Where is my macro for that? Okay, initiative. Okay. I'll take the turns muna ha, if that's alright with everyone.
Okay.
Sige. This one is gonna go over towards, sige, punta tayo kay Nose. Nose, this is going to, it'll use a bonus action to hide. Stealth check. 14, it is hidden from Nose. It will attack you, Nose, with its life leech. Ay, wait lang. Ay, joke lang. Hindi mo na siya mag-hide. Nose, make a dex save na lang.
Dex save. Okay.
15 will pass. Okay. Okay. It will now it will use its bonus action to hide, and it will disappear into the water. You do not know where it is. With a 14, sorry, hold on. Stealth niya is 14. So Zumi, your passive perception is 12. You would not be able to take AO. Okay. This Slithering Tracker will look at Nose. Nose, dex save it. Ten. Bless. Roll a d4. 13. That will just pass. You are safe. Okay, Nose, it's your turn. Ay, sorry, bonus action hide siya. Bonus action stealth. 21. Nobody knows where this is. Knows with your passive perception of 14, you cannot see the Slithering Tracker, but you can attack it with disadvantage.
Okay. If
The
the slithering tracker is below, right? If I fly up, dapat may range attack na sila or they can hit me pa din?
They you don't see them using range attacks.
So I'll fly 15 feet up.
Mhm.
And I'll just cast Hex on the Black Pudding. Kon ba
Transfer
siya?
hex on the black pudding. Sige. Can you see it from there? Yes, you can. Okay. Transfer hex.
Attack.
Fire away. Pew pew. Ay, wala na yung bless, no? Kasi wala na si Topo. Alright. That's
Nag-down?
noted on the down siya. 20 will hit, taking 13. Roll your DC.
Okay. 13.
Alright, taking 2. Alright. Say done when you're done.
Done.
Okay. Slithering Trapper's turn. Sige. Let's move over towards Nose again. Nose, dex save. Ay, sorry, joke lang. You're 15 feet in the air. Bawal.
Up, yep.
It will climb onto the wall here and then attack you.
May climb. Sige. Dex save again.
Wala, nakatulog. 50, you are safe.
Pusa yata ni Red doon.
Alright.
Yung pusa ko dito katabi.
Pusa nag-buffer sa mic.
Lakas ng bulik yun.
Lakas ng pusa. Alright, this slithering tracker's 15 feet in the air. Topo, make a death saving throw.
Let's save it. 20. Let's save it.
Critical 20.
Oops.
20 yan.
20. Oh.
One fail. Tiberius, it's your turn.
Can I give I'll give my in speed to Topo. For
Okay, sure. Topo, reroll.
Hindi na.
Reroll.
One yan. Yari. Okay, one pass.
Ayun.
Okay, very
Sayang. May heal naman siya. Sige.
Heal ko naman yan.
Ah?
Okay. Hindi, nagbigay na eh. Sige. Next.
Okay lang. Okay, next, I will move here. And then I will... What can I do? Okay, I'll cast Bless.
Bless. Okay. Who are your targets?
Wait.
Wala ka pang attack.
Meron akong crossbow, but we might need Blessed eh. Who can cast Bless aside from me?
Dalawang cleric.
May dalawang cleric nga pala tayo, no? Sorry, yeah. I forgot you're a cleric. Okay. Sige, ano na lang, crossbow. Yan.
Okay. Targeting?
Okay. Targeting the Ooze.
Okay, 20 is going to hit, taking 6. The bolt melts. Say done when you're done.
Done.
Emilio, you're up.
Fire na si Pudding.
You have sneak attack on this
Fire the
black
pudding.
pudding because it's 5 feet
shoot at the
away.
pudding. Shoot at the pudding.
Black roll.
Black roll. Teka, sandali ate. I'm having problems with the ano eh.
Okay lang, sanay na ako magantay.
Did that hit? Sneak attack. Ayan, 11. Did that hit
17,
or
that
not?
hit. It hits, taking 11. Well done. Konti na lang.
Sige, done.
Zumi.
Yeah, I guess I'll hold back these guys then.
This one's 15 feet above you, so walang AO if you move by, if ever.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sige, abot pala. Kaya. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Attack the black pudding.
Using.
Okay, so attack.
What are you attacking with?
Spider.
Stab. Oh. Alright, a 14 is going to hit. Is it immune to poison? No, it is not. It is
An
dead.
enemy has been slain.
Nicely done. Good job.
Alright,
Slithering
mukhang
Trappers na lang.
Naman.
pwede ba ako magbigay ng ano kay hindi, ano na pala no, back to ano na ba si Are you still zero? Topo?
Zero
Till
po.
zero.
Opo.
Yeah.
Do you have a potion or no lang?
Ginamit na kanina.
Nagamit.
I'll use mine, sige.
May healing ako.
Meron.
Yeah. Doctors in the
Oh,
house.
sige. Alright, sige.
Okay.
Okay. So you're
I
good.
win. The one slithering tracker is 15 feet in the air, and one slithering tracker that you cannot see.
All right. I
I
move.
cannot.
Abutin mo yun.
Go, go, go.
10 feet.
Okay, I move 1, 2, 3.
Naka-reach ka na.
Will the tentacle rod reach?
Yes.
Okay,
15
good.
feet.
Okay. All rods.
21 will hit. Taking 2. 22 will hit. Nice damage. Okay, all of them hit. Galing. We'll make a dexterity saving throw. Wow! Ganda ng damage 14 damage.
And as a bonus action, rage.
Okay, noted. Alright, it is now the Slithering Tracker's turn. Slithering Tracker will pop out, go to a 15 feet elevation, and it's going to use Life Leech on Nose. Nose, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
That is gonna fail, unless
Use
something's
my
gonna happen.
HP.
Alright, go ahead.
another one.
21 passes. You are fine. Okay. Still 15 feet in the air. Rox, you're up.
Okay. I use my action to channel divinity and tell Topo to rise, my son.
Alright. Topo, gain 9 HP.
Revive me, Jet. Revive.
Okay. Tapos ano ba options ko for bonus action? Wala naman. So, guys, ano ba yung mga slithering tracker? Are they making attack rolls or puro save? Puro save.
Dex saves.
Dex saves. Pag melee.
Okay, sige. Free action. I tell everybody, you can do it.
Thank you.
Okay. Sige. Ano yung opposite ng action?
Ano, action?
Action.
Yun! Gain speed. Round 3. Nose.
If I move sa center neto flying, hindi sila makakadikit, di ba?
Hindi na madidikit, but they will both be able to take an AO on you.
Okay.
First one, slam, and will miss. Second, wow, Nose, best tank. You're up.
So, transfer my hex to this creature with
Okay, nice.
damage.
Focus fire. Good job.
Yeah. Eldritch Blast.
9 is going to miss.
I'll use my last inspi.
Okay. I'll keep the 12 damage if ever.
Okay. Another attack.
24 is going to hit, taking 12. You are in kill range. Roll that d6. Nice!
An
That
enemy
is
has
enough.
been
It is
slain.
dead. Well done. Topo, you are alive. What do you do? Topo,
Yes.
you're alive. What do you do?
Your turn.
First one. Is that, could I see him? Oh, that's
Yes, you can see him.
Toll the Dead.
Okay, we'll make a wisdom saving throw. Rolling. We save. 19! It starts to give you insurance advice. Okay, done when you're done?
I'm done.
Tiberius.
Okay. When it says weapon attack, it doesn't involve crossbow, right? If it says
Weapon
weapon
attack
attack.
pwede. Weapon
Ah,
attack.
weapon
So,
attack.
crossbow weapon attack. Mm-mm.
Okay. So I will cast for my bonus action. I will cast divine favor.
Nice. Plus 1d4 radiant damage on a hit.
Yes. Yes. So I'll cast it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will use my crossbow.
Okay, fire away.
Plus
10?
1d4.
Only if you 1d4 is for damage only. Would you like to use your inspi?
Okay, inspi. I'll use
Alright,
my
I'll keep that for damage though. Reroll.
reroll. Wait.
$12 is going to miss.
Okay. Sayang, ang lakas.
Tapos 3 lang yung crossbow eh. Emilio, you're up.
-1 HP.
Sige, move. 1. Ay, di kita, no?
From there...
3, 4... No, not visible.
If you're here, kaya.
Okay. Here, kita. Kailang partial.
Map, ang
No,
sikip-sikip.
kitang-kita dito.
Kitang-kita dyan. Sige.
Mhm.
Shoot. My crossbow. Again.
Rogue ka, diba?
Oh, yeah.
Gusto mo mag-bonus action hide muna para advantage?
Use your card, Johan. For advantage.
Gamit ko na
Nagamit na.
Okay.
Gamit ko na.
Would you like to use your bonus action to hide first para may advantage?
Advantage. Sneak attack.
May ano ba advantage yung pag naka-hide? Hindi ko alam ka na.
Yes!
Can
That's
I
what
use my card
that's what
for-
Cobalt was
Sige.
doing earlier.
Hindi, kung ipitin hipon.
Level 2 rogue ka, diba?
Oh.
Question, can I use
Level
my
two.
card for Emilio?
No, it has to be...
Practical
it's
though,
only
may
for
advantage
you.
ako to hide, right? No roll stealth.
Yes.
To hide and then roll stealth, right?
Yes. Roll stealth first. You have to beat its passive perception. The same thing that the Cobalt was doing earlier. Stealth.
54.
Okay, you are hidden. You have advantage.
One more roll, right?
Attack?
Just one more na lang. One more na lang.
Yes. I'll keep that 10 damage if ever. Ayaw talaga. Yawa.
Basta hidden.
You are no longer hidden because once you attack, you're no longer hidden.
Oo nga pala.
Alright.
That's why I want to get the lurkers.
Zumi, you're up.
Okay, my turn. I am going to use a charge of the spider
Ooh.
staff and spider climb.
Haha, nice. Okay.
So I'm going to skitter across the walls
Mm-hmm.
and attack. So I'm thinking I can reach him na, no?
Yes, kaso spider climb is an action.
Okay. I can use my bonus action sa butt of the staff, the Polar Master. Pwede ba yun?
No, because you didn't take the attack action.
Okay. Sige.
Alright. Raywin, you're up.
Alright. Move 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
So perception check to see it. Is that
No, it's not hidden. It's not hidden.
okay? So tentacle rod.
Okay, go for it.
Miss 11 will hit miss.
11 will miss.
Okay, second.
Baka
Ooh, crit. Ooh,
29. Crit. Nicely done. Second.
those are the damage for that one. Third attack. And
20.
then this is damage.
1.
Take
Alright.
7. And done.
Slithering Tracker will look at Zumi. Zumi, make a dex save.
Okay.
Walang save yung from the tentacle rod.
Miss yung first.
Wala. It has to be 3 hits.
Yes.
Okay.
17 passes! Wow! Okay, so since you keep passing, gusto niyo i-fast forward na lang natin to kasi
Yeah.
mananalo na kayo dito eh. Alright, so rocks, 1, 2, 3. Tiberius, how do you wanna kill it? Isa na lang siya.
Crossbow. Yan. I'll use my
It
crossbow.
is dead. Okay. So, good job, adventurers. You survived. But there's still no sign of Stool and Sarith. But then, you start to hear a voice in your head.
Tiberius?
Oh, she's Stool. It's Stool.
Where you at?
There are monsters around. We're hiding under the well.
Under
the
the well.
Under the well.
Under the water.
Under the well.
To the well. To the wall, no, to the wall.
Be careful. There
Well.
are monsters. There are monsters.
Monsters under the wall.
No, there are monsters above the well.
Oh, there's
I
the
see
well. Yeah, I see the well.
May mga
Wait.
uso daw doon siguro.
There are monsters there. They're hiding.
Di ba ano? Investigate.
Can I cast my divine sense again?
Sure. Just remember, you can't cast that. That's not a spell. So, Divine Sense.
It's a feature.
Yeah,
Okay.
use Divine Sense. That is no celestials, fiend, or undead within 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh.
You see a lot of stone statues around here, around facing this well.
Ako putsang Medusa.
Feeling ko mga stone statues na to. Bumagal yung statue na to.
Fireball.
Medusa o golem.
Golem.
Fireball.
Bless you, my son.
Okay,
Cast muna ako ng bless bago kayo magtakbo.
Vitamins, vitamins. Vitamins.
magamit
Teka,
mo yung
Wala ba
play-
magpa-perception muna dyan sa labas?
Perception.
Oo.
Perception. No?
With
Ano
guidance.
perception?
Consult the
Guidance.
dice.
Oh, perception.
Oh. Perception with
Only
guidance.
one person. Only one person. Yes. Pwede guidance.
Oo.
Oh, I cast guidance.
Plus 5 lang ako. Sino mas mataas? Plus 5.
Saan? Sa perception?
I
Five
cast
din ako.
guidance to sinong perception.
Choose one person.
Malas ako mag-roll.
Sige na, sige. Hindi, wag si Johan mag-roll. Ako na ba?
Iba. Yeah.
Ako lang. Oh, sige, go.
Plus 2 lang.
Go, Top.
Sige. Perception.
Okay, 10. Roll your guidance.
5 na yun. Pababa talaga ng rolls natin ngayon. It's not hard eh.
Oh my god.
11. Okay. Sure.
Para
Rocks
sa-
uses an skill.
Oh, knowing is half the battle.
For perception?
One more perception.
Oh, there we go.
25.
Oh,
With
yan.
a 25. You can tell that there is no movement in the area. You do see that there is that there's clearly someone that dug something under this well, and you hear Stool's voice again.
Be careful. We hid here from the monsters.
Banana?
We hid here from the monsters.
May monsters daw. Ano?
We hid now. Hello? Yes, like that. Friends, we hid from the monsters.
They
There,
hid
outside.
from the
They killed all
monsters.
the kobolds.
Okay, they hid.
They killed all the kobolds daw. They killed all the kobolds.
The monsters are
They
outside.
come out of the walls.
Ako na lang papasok muna. Sabihan ko yung team. Pero I will fly 15 feet up.
Bless muna.
Vitamins,
I'll
vitamins.
step in. Roll initiative.
Ay.
Kailangan ko.
Nose, you step inside.
I
As you
thought.
step inside,
Okay.
you
yeah.
take a look at these statues over here. As something writhes out of their faces. You see that oozes start to fall out of their eyes and nose and mouth. They're all going to roll initiative.
Roll na ba initiative?
Magro-roll na ba tayo?
Yes, roll
Kala
na
ko
ulit.
initiative. Okay, sige.
Initiative lang ako mataas
Able to cast Bless before they entered.
Unfortunately, dahil sa free movement, they already went in.
Sige.
Oh, well.
Yan ang hirap sa dungeon crawl eh. So, you see these statues over here? Look, they can move.
Basta move.
Okay.
Ano ba yan?
Oops.
Na-record ba yung sa akin? Parang hindi.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 people, wala pa.
Hindi pumasok yung roll ko.
Yeah. Don't forget, you have to click your token first.
Emilio meron.
Masok.
Ay, sa akin meron na. Okay.
1,
5 beers meron
Saan
na
ba
rin.
ito pumasok yung sa akin?
Ito po, hindi
Sa
pumasok.
turn
Oo,
order,
wala.
wala ako.
Hindi
Ayun,
pumasok
10.
yung 19 ko.
Yung
Hindi ko
12.
nakuha yung token na.
Hindi ko nakita. 12.
Yeah, okay. Topo, you don't forget to click your token when you roll initiative. Topo is at 19. Topo and Rox, you both got 19. Which one of you would like to go first?
Topo and Rocks.
Topo and Rox. Who'll go first?
Ako na muna.
Okay, you go first.
Oo.
That's Rox.
Okay.
Rox going first?
Yeah.
Okay.
First.
Rox, you're up.
Okay. Cast Bless. Nose, Tiberius, and Zumi.
Okay.
Ano nga ba yun? See Bless. And then, yun lang naman. Done.
Okay. So if you are blessed, please put the hashtag B sa name mo. For Raywin, it's been more than 1 minute. You're no longer raging. Topo, you're up.
Who else is not blessed?
Raywind.
Raywind and
Emilio. Tsaka you and me na lang.
My last slot.
Tama,
Raywind,
binabati, mo ulit
Emilio,
pala.
and
you.
Dalawa.
Me.
Pati si Dennis.
Hindi, okay lang ako. I'm good.
Nasa likod ka na
I
ba?
am. Yes, I am the son of
Healer.
the thunder. Yes. The
Okay.
thunder will take care of me.
Okay. So, Topo's casting bless on everyone else. Tama?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, sino yung hindi naka-bless?
Si Rock.
Rock only. Okay. Noted. It's now this thing's turn. So, you see the statue suddenly explode as an ooze creature pops out of it. This is its true form. It's gonna go through the walls here and pop out and attack rocks. These things will have a feature called amorphous. They can move through a space as small as 1 inch without squeezing, much like a cave. Attacking rocks that will miss. Okay, Emilio, you're up.
Hindi visible. Ano ba yan? It's not na combat. Sikip.
Wala thunder.
Ikot ka sa likod niya. Turn ka. Dash ka sa likod.
Makakapunta si Emilio dito, tapos pwede na ba yun? Good enough na ba yun?
Half covered yata.
From here to here?
Sorry?
If Emilio goes here, meron ba siyang line of attack dito?
Yes. Yes. Meron.
Placing muna.
Positioning. Go.
Sige.
Sino
to? Ba? Shoot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yan.
On D4. Hide muna kaya.
Good job.
Galing.
That's the rogue combo.
Advantage.
Tapos concrete yan, no?
Ano nakuha ko? What did I get? Ba't nagdalawa?
13 is going to hit. will take 6 damage. 6 damage.
No, 11, di ba?
Your first one was 13 for
Second
6.
attack.
Okay.
Will take the first one.
Ano
Okay.
nangyari?
Nag-ano ko sa dalawang
Total
beses yung
damage, 6 or 11?
6.
Yung
The first one.
roll.
Six.
First one.
Ano kasi nag-double roll eh. Yung pag-click ko dun sa
Okay,
ano.
okay.
Nadadouble.
Ako na-confused. Alright.
Done.
Okay. Okay, next up is the Grey Ooze's turn. The Grey Ooze is going to look around the area and is going to prepare to attack. Sige, Grey Ooze, movement. Will climb the wall over here, go to 10 feet elevation, and will attack Nose, attacking Pseudopod.
Si Nose yata. Wala natin.
Well,
mga
will
minor
miss.
flag.
Oo nga eh. Tank. This is actually a Grey Ooze. Nose, you're up.
Oh. If I move here, wala nang makakadikit ba?
Yes, pero it will take
Ay.
AO, attacking.
Hindi. May
22.
Okay.
22 will hit, unless...
Shield.
Okay, not gonna hit. Galing ng tank. Okay?
Oh. Ay, ako na, no? Ay,
Yeah,
sino
ikaw na.
Okay.
ikaw.
Transfer my hex. Dito sa nag-climb. Ay,
Okay.
dito na lang sa hindi pa gumagalaw.
So, hindi gumagalaw,
One here.
okay. Noted.
And Eldritch Blast.
Fire away.
Naka-transfer na hex, no?
Yes.
Lumalabas sa virtual table.
You have to disable dice rolling on your Beyond.
Yes.
Kanina tumatagos eh. Ba't na-activate?
Sayang 25 to hit.
Oh, roll the damage. Roll to hit.
Ay, lumabas ako sa nawala yung naka-launch game uli ako.
Ala. Alright.
Lumabas.
No worries. We'll go back to we'll go back to you muna, ha?
Pwede bang ano?
Sige.
Pwede ba?
Tiberius muna.
Pwede ba ganito?
Na-click ko yun.
Ayaw.
Tiberius. Double checking. Yeah, pwede yan.
Titira pa ba si Nose?
Okay lang.
Pwede ba
We'll wait for
Pwede naman
we'll,
ako tumira.
Pwedeng
Yan, 21, 11.
21 for 11. Taken. Roll on your d6, please. 1 damage taken.
So may minus na tong food sa loob.
Yep.
Okay. So for me, spell.
Okay.
Divine Favor. Bonus
Divine
action.
Favor. Okay.
Okay, cast. And then I will move here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use my flaming sword. Yan.
Okay, go for it.
And okay.
Flame tongue. 18 is going to hit. That is 6 plus 8, 14 plus 4. It is dead.
An enemy has been
Wala pa siyang
slain.
nagawa. Good job. Lakas ng flame tongue.
Okay, and then I will
Don't block the driveway.
I'll move here. Here.
Hmm?
AO yan.
Ay,
Palo.
AO?
Palo.
Nag-AO na siya. Nag-AO na.
Dito
Nag-AO
na
na siya. Nag-AO. Wala na siyang
Ay, nag-AO na
reaction.
pala yan. Sa akin, nag-AO pala yan sa akin.
Nag-talk
Okay.
kasi nose.
Okay, so I'll move here.
Okay.
Yan, dito. I'll move here. Okay, here. Para may movement yung grupo. Okay, done?
Okay. This Grey Ooze is gonna go over here and it's going to attack you.
Okay.
Attacking Pseudopod. 17, that's going to hit. Please take 9 damage. What?
Okay.
You're wearing a chain shirt?
I'm wearing a chain shirt.
Your
Yes.
shirt is it's now a -1 chain shirt. Your AC is now 15.
Okay, -1.
Mm-hmm.
So, -15. So -1.
So you're 15 now.
And then
Take note,
minus.
you have to mark it that chain shirt permanently -1 na siya.
Okay. And this is
Raywin, you're up.
-6,
Minus
right?
what? For your yung damage mo, that's 9 damage to you.
-9. Okay.
Yes. Raywin, you're up.
Okay, I'll use my card for advantage. I'll hit this one here with a tentacle rod.
Okay. The first one will have advantage.
Yep. It hits anyway, so let's see if it crits. Okay. First damage, second attack, second damage, third attack, third damage.
27. 5. Okay, making a dex save, rolling. 16 passes.
And done.
Okay, Zumi.
Okay. My spider climb is still up, diba?
Mm-hmm.
It's an
Yep.
hour.
Mm-hmm.
So can I go up here
Yes.
and attack this? I'll attack. So, spider staff.
Yep.
Attack.
19 is gonna hit, taking 13 damage. Is it immune to poison? No, it is not. We'll take the full damage.
Okay. And then Full Arm Master.
Good job.
Okay.
21 is going to hit. Yep, that is another 14 damage.
An enemy has been slain.
It's dead.
Okay, and I'm done.
One hit delete. Good job. Rocks.
Okay. Ano na lang. I cast Guiding Bolt.
You'll attack at disadvantage because there's an ooze in front of you.
Okay.
Touch na lang, touch base.
Touch mo na, touch.
Beat na lang.
Wala ka bang weapon? Wala kang hammer ba yun?
Staff of... sige na, I'll just hit it with my staff.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon pala, no? Cleric ka.
Wait, here comes.
Level 3 pa yung spiritual weapon. Staff of defense, that is 15. That's going... Ay! You already rolled for guiding bolt. You have to use that guiding bolt. Pero can you roll me a d20?
A d20?
Nag-roll na yung guiding bolt eh.
Alright.
You just have disadvantage. Okay. A 9 is going to hit. 8 lang AC nila. It's dead.
Enemy has been slain.
Wala silang armor.
Ano ba to? Flames drop from the sky.
This guy, what? Covered tayo, di scar. Bumukas ba yung ano?
Bumukas yung langit.
Bumukas yung ceiling.
Ay, hindi pala guiding bolt pala yun, hindi pala sacred flame.
Alright, Topo.
Wrong spell, never mind.
We'll be able to kill this creature.
I'm going to use my movement. Kasi,
sorry, joke lang.
Because I'm bored. Tinglet. Sugod! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ayan.
Sugod, mga kapatid.
Nicely
done. Topo.
Yes. Go in 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Toll the Dead.
Okay. We'll make a wisdom saving throw. Rolling. -1.
Damage.
Looks at you and shouts, "Bong bong for president." Taking 12. Sorry kapag may BBM fan dito. Alright.
Okay lang, okay lang.
Tatawa yung mga ling.
Alright. It fails.
Yeah,
Takes that
ready.
12 damage. Say done when you're done.
Diba?
I'm done.
Emilio, can you finish it? Kaya mo ba patayin?
Boom. Hide na rin para sa
One.
advantage.
Yes. Good job.
I have to roll
Tama.
the stealth, ano?
Yep. You just have, yan yung combo ng rogue. Hide and attack lang.
Yun nga po,
20, you're
papalo ko
hidden?
lang.
Make
Yeah.
your attack roll.
Advantage. Take a bit. Sandali It's a bit tricky yung ano dito eh. What the heck? Something's wrong with my browser. I think I should switch
what's wrong?
browsers.
What's wrong?
Ano kasi, offset kasi yung icon ng ano, attack roll.
Nangyari sa akin kanina yun.
For what?
16 was gonna hit for 7. How do you wanna kill it?
Shoot for the eyes. Right between the eyes. Whatever eyes it has. Just in the cracks na lang.
Okay, it is dead.
An enemy has been slain.
Congratulations!
Wala pala
You
pala.
have killed the Grey Ooze.
Oh, sigaw tayo. Ano?
Ano?
Did you hear a voice in your...
Stool.
Sigaw tayo. Sorry!
You're safe, Stool! Stool! You're safe!
Come on, Sarif, let's get out of here.
You see a hand break out from the ground as Sarith is protectively holding Stool in his arms. Sarith begins to stand up and looks over at you. Hey, thank you so much for saving us. Thank you so much for saving us. We didn't know if we'd still stand a chance. We thought we were a gunner for sure. Thank you. We owe our lives to you. These things they came for Stool. That's the first people they went out for. But well, of course, I promise I wouldn't leave Stool unattended. I will protect him. We're friends. Stool looks at you all and says,
Yes, true. Because of Sarif, they kidnapped me because I couldn't run. My legs are too small. Sarif came and chased them, and then he saved me, and then he lured all the kobolds into a trap, and, thanks to him, we are safe now. Thank you, Sarif.
Job.
Good for you, little one.
We're glad you're safe, Stool.
We're glad you're safe. Good. But good job, you Mr. Grow.
Good job, Sarif.
Sino ba yung nanggigil trip dyan kanina?
Hindi, wala Hindi natin kasama natin
Sure.
Wala si
Jimjar. It was Jimjar who was worried na may something si Sarith. May ginagawa si Sarith. Wait lang
But Jimjar
I'm gonna hide
is
this.
not right
I'm gonna hide
now,
this
right?
muna. Yan. Sarith seems to be very friendly. He's working with you. Sorry, hindi ako gumawa ng image so kunyari na lang wala dito.
So Jimjar is not with us, right?
No. It's only Sarith, Eldeth, Stool, and Bupido.
Bupido, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stool looks at you all.
Friend, can we go home now? Can we go back to our friend? It's scary here. There were a lot of oozes to leave.
Yes. Yes, we're going home now, Stool. Okay.
Wait. I got the kobolds. We took a few things from them. We managed to loot their caravan before we went into hiding. Sorry, we got a lot of things, didn't we?
Oh. Job.
Sarith looks at you and says, "Yes, actually, it was Stool over here who told me to loot their cart. I gotta say, he's a lot smarter than people would think he is."
You get.
Well, here, a very interesting necklace over here. This is one of the necklaces that you find. This is one of your magic items, the Necklace of Fireball.
Pang wizard.
Ooh,
This
good
is
one.
a consumable under the new AL rules. It's a consumable. One bead is one consumable.
Okay.
So use them wisely. Only one person can hold the necklace of fireballs, but everyone can keep it. Only one person can have a necklace of fireballs at a time. This necklace of fireballs has wow, sarap, 8 fireballs. Eight
Grabe pala.
Wow.
fireballs. That's a
Laki na
lot.
yun.
That's
That's
super high. In addition,
Hilig kong,
you also
hilig kong mag-down
find
toxic.
Stool also brings you a small chest. Stool looks at everyone.
holy symbol. Holy symbol.
Holy symbol. Armor, armor, armor.
Not a holy symbol, but it's something just as holy, something just as valuable.
Sarith opens the chest. This is 3,509 gold pieces.
Oh.
Wow.
Parang may mabibili tayo, no?
Oo nga
Mabibili
eh.
kaya tayo dito.
Sayang walang
Kaso,
tindahan.
Sayang, walang
monster.
7-Eleven.
You need to you need to find a village before you can make purchases. And in addition to that, you also find a few other supplies, namely a +1 dagger,
Food.
mace, and a few
Rations.
other supplies.
Rations, food.
Rations. There is enough rations to bring you to last you all for a few days.
Okay,
Good job.
pwede na.
So,
Pag-ibalatan yung
One
spider.
dagger. Yung mace is
+1 dagger.
I'll give you the description of the magic items in a bit.
Okay.
When I give out the rewards, but mainly, these are the magic items that you find, and you are able, and because of Bupido and Eldeth, you are easily able to make your way back. But unfortunately, because you opted not to save Prince Darendil, you'll have no
Grabe.
idea if you'll be able to find him again. Maybe you'll cross paths with him, but Eldeth does give you an idea. Based on her tracking, she tells you that they have brought the Quaggoth through the Dark Lake. The Dark Lake is with Bupido. They're able to come up with a plan. They come up with details. If you want to try to find the Prince Darendil's captors, you're going to have to go through the Dark Lake, which is going to be very dangerous. Or you can continue with your plan and head with Stool to the Neverlight Grove. What would you like to do? What will be your next mission? Will you try to take Stool home, or will you try to find Prince Darendil?
If we try to
Wait
find
for Dark Lake.
Sorry?
Dark Lake ako.
Okay.
rescue.
Find our party member.
Yes,
Um,
agree.
Okay.
Terry.
The party decides to go and try to save the prince. Although people are very wary about that attack. They're very happy that you were able to bring back Stool and Sarith. Even happier that you were able to bring back enough rations to keep you all alive. But they're very worried about what's at stake. All the strongest prisoners are now all gone. Will you be able to survive the light in the Underdark? We'll find out next week. Thank you all for playing. Good job. You handled that dungeon crawl really well. Here are